Well, 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 here we are at BEAVERS Stadium. It's me, Seb White.
And me, Matt Glue. Don't say it for me, Seb.
No, absolutely not. We are back at BEAVERS Stadium, as are many others here for the game against Welling at home today. And you are joining us on the YouTube channel, which, Matt, obviously, we'll give you a bit of background. You're probably thinking, where's Johnny and the other guys? Johnny's on holiday, but me and Matt, we're sitting in the same seats that we were it seems like a long time ago, and an awful lot has happened on and off the pitch, Matt. But we used to do the commentary back in the COVID days, didn't we? That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It is. Well, the pandemic itself was awful, but it was made that little bit better by the fact that Seb and I were very fortunate enough to be in the ground for the Hampton games throughout the pandemic, which, as you may all remember, were all behind closed doors. But I mean, this really does feel quite special to be back here. I must admit,
it does. It does.
It's an honour, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bev looks amazing.
Oh, it has to be said, the Bev looks fantastic. The pitch is looking superb, really, considering the amount of games it's had this season. And I know the pitch has sometimes been a bit of an issue, hasn't it, in the past? But it's looking great, and the whole place is looking great. And there is a buzz, Matt. I certainly noticed it walking in today. That it may seem strange saying that if anyone knows of Hampton's recent form, which is one win in 14 and 8 straight losses amongst it. It's not been ideal on the pitch, and it's been a little bit it's been a bit bumpy off it, shall we say. But this week brought some big and important and positive news about a change of ownership, providing a lot by his own admission, Ben Hudson, providing a lot of clarity and stability, which I think is what every club needs. And we're all very excited for what the future may hold. But there's a big game today, Matt, isn't there? There's a big game. But firstly, Matt, give us your take on this week's news. It's obviously, it's definitely, there's a buzz about the place, isn't there?
There is, Seb. I mean, it's funny. Football's a funny old game, as someone famous once said. And
first cliche of the day?
I mean, there's going to be a few. I will warn every listener into this. There will be a few. But no, it's amazing. I mean, as Seb said, we've had by everybody's admission, it's been a really, really tough last 2 or 3 months on the field. Some very disappointing results. I think Jules would be the first person to say that. The change in ownership is it's amazing how something like that could just give everybody a lift.
Yeah.
And you walk in through the turnstiles today and you see some of the old faces in there.
Yeah.
It helps with the sun shining, of course.
Of course.
There's a real, just a different feel to
there
it.
There is a different
how
feel.
I would describe it.
Which seems very odd, because I was sat in a couple of seats along last week in these seats. I was writing the match report from the non-league paper, and I would say that optimism, positivity and happiness was on very short supply as we succumbed to Bath City 5-0 at home, which not a great result in any way, shape or form. So to be where we are now, even in the space of a week, and me and Matt were fortunate enough to catch up with Jules very briefly yesterday, and it's all about today's game, and it's all about getting those points, or maybe even a point might be enough, but getting a positive result that will hopefully keep the very small chance, but it's a chance nonetheless of maybe slipping down further, because we are looking over our shoulders, we have to say. But hopefully today's game against a team who actually themselves could be confirmed relegated today if they lose and other results. So it's going to be a 6, a 9-pointer. It's all of those, isn't it, Matt?
It is. I mean, I'm just looking at the table now. Hampton are in 18th with 48 points. Welling are in 22nd with 37 points. As Seb said, 9 points between the two teams. Both teams have struggled of late. It is a real 6-pointer, I think it's fair to say. I think today, if you look at Hampton's remaining games, this is the one where you look at it and you think, if on our day we can do this. We don't want to be, Seb and I don't want to be too biased on commentary, but
no, we do try our best to be
for sure. But this
neutral to a point.
Exactly.
But,
and I'm sure Welling will be thinking the same thing, right? You look at our recent form, and it's got a potential upset on the card. So hopefully we're in for a really good game.
Yeah, I think. That's what I think. Actually, I think regardless of the poor positions of either side, I think both teams will have to go for it, and they have to go for it for different reasons. So yeah, so we're very privileged and happy to be back on here and talking to you guys. And please add comments or any messages or questions. We might not be able to answer all of them, and be kind to me and Matt. You know, we're back in the hot seat after.
We got the main man, Diego.
Diego's to our left
as well, so he's.
You can see him in vision.
Yeah, Diego is marshalling the chat.
So do tell us where you are.
Yeah, exactly. Please
tell us where you're listening, or where you're watching, listening in, whatever. Please do tell us. But Alan Julian striding out onto the pitch ahead of his teammates. His teammates, his staff and players. He is a man who would be desperate to turn this around. We know. I mean, like I said, me and Matt saw him yesterday. He is desperate to turn this run of form around, and everything. I mean, it was only a couple of months ago, Matt, we were drawing at home to Dorking and thinking we could make the playoffs. And unfortunately, football has a way of really kicking you when you're down. And things, last week, Max Merrick makes his first mistake since of his 16 games that he's been here, and you're on the back foot from the off, really. But I think today is a real chance, and again, the off the field stuff is just a chance for everyone to be positive and look forward and really hope that we can get those points and hopefully look forward to National League South football this season and next season. We
will keep you posted throughout the game.
Yes.
On the scores elsewhere. Not every game, but there's a couple of very, very interesting games towards the bottom of the table that I'm sure all listeners will be very keen on hearing more. Notably, St Albans are at home to Eastbourne, which is a key one. Then you've got Salisbury versus Aveley as well. So. A couple of key other games in the National League South this afternoon. But anyway, we're focused here at Beverley.
And Matt, I think positivity is the order of the day. And seeing the team sheet today, Matt, do you want to run us through the teams? And there'll be one name in there that shocked even me.
Let's get to that. So we have got Welling United lineup today. Number 1, Reese Lovett. Number 3, Jez Davies. Number 11, Martel Taylor Crossdale. Number 12, Sam Cornish. Number 14, Finn Ballard McBride. Number 19, Dan Quick. Number 20, TJ Bramble. Number 22, Ricardo Di Trollio. Number 23, Josh Redfern. Number 24, Sahid Kamara. And number 28, Maxwell Statham. On the bench for the visitors today, number 4, Harvey Walker. Number 6, Jack Birchall. Number 9, Scott Cashkit. Number 15, Dion Moore. And number 21, Dan Martin.
Oh. Shall I do the home team?
Yeah, lining up for the Beavers.
Lining up for the Beavers. Number 1, Max Merrick. Number 4, Mike Atkinson. Number 8, Josh Keir. Number 9, James Roberts. Number 19, Archie Taylor. Number 20, Maro Villette. Number 24, Dom Revan. Number 25, I've forgotten his first name. Sorry.
The funny thing about that
Gardner.
is that the Welling commentary team came up to me about 3 minutes ago and asked me for the Christian names. And I don't know his Christian name.
Apologies. He played well in the well last week.
He's not on the website. He's actually one of our best players. Let's call him Gardner, and then
Gardner, we'll 26 Wiltshire, 28 Saziba, 31 Williams, and the subs Jeff Cott, Page, Critchlow, Jake Gray, and 11 Jallo. I think the standout thing there, Matt, and I think you asked me this morning, would James Roberts be back? I was not. I answered in the negative. I didn't think he would be. He has been absent in recent weeks and a big miss, but he is straight back in the side today, and that can only be a good thing, can it, Matt?
You're quite right, Seb. I mean, this is a player that has hit double figures in the league in 4 of his last 6 seasons. So that just says it all, really. The guy's 36 appearances for Hampton. He's our top goal scorer with 11, or joint top goal scorer, I think it is, with Villette, with 11 goals, 3 assists. I think when Roberts is on the pitch, it gives the team a lift. He's just got that presence about him. He makes things happen. He's strong. I think the other players feed off him, and as Seb said, it's a much welcome return to action for Hampton's number 9 today.
Yeah, very much so, and I do agree with Matt. When he's on the pitch, he certainly adds something, and I think last week we probably missed something, or not last week, but probably in recent weeks we've missed that. It's good to see Mauro Valette in at starting as well. Obviously, he's you mentioned there he's a joint top scorer, Matt, but he's a man. And last week was uncharacteristic from him. Last week he had a couple of really good chances that he more than blazed over, unfortunately. And I think again, if we can have him and James Roberts back to their best, or at least one of them back to their best, then we've got a very good chance. And the sounds of Life of Riley you might be able to hear by the Lightning Seeds, that classic track by made
song.
Famous for various goals of the months on Match of the Day. But yeah, that's playing in the background. You might be able to hear that George and his staff are waiting for the players. The fans are there with their the youngsters are there with their kids.
Yeah. A great view.
It's looking a good place to watch some football. And now the teams do come out. We've given you those teams, and it's great to see a buzzing Hampton and Richmond. And Matt, we have to hope for a win today, don't we? Really, we have to, and to keep our fingers crossed.
We do, Seb. You know, I think it's just the right thing to be open honest here. We need 3 points today. A draw is probably enough in inverted commas. We need a win. The team, Jules want to win. Everyone knows that we need a win. Let's bring the 3 points home and make the last 3 games for us this season significantly more enjoyable.
Yeah, that's a good. Matt, I would say, looking at that team there, that's probably not too dissimilar to the team that we talked about 2 months ago that were holding Dorking. And one of the best teams in the league. So
I think you're right. I mean, it's a very strong lineup.
Aside from Jake Gray, maybe I think that's probably it.
Jake Gray out. But if you look, I mean, Max Merrick has been very good in between the sticks since he joined us in January. Archie Taylor right back. I think he's been fantastic this season, to be honest, alongside Don Revan,
who's been brilliant, hasn't he himself?
He's been fantastic. Atkinson, say no more.
We are fully signed up members of the Mike Atkinson fan club, aren't we?
You may remember, Seb, and I hope I've got my my squad numbers right, but a certain Dean Inman, I think, was number 4. And those of you
4 or 5,
I think he might.
I can't believe I've forgotten.
Let's go 4. Those of you who know Seb and I quite well may cast your minds back and remember our somewhat affiliation with a certain Dean Inman. Mike Atkinson, Mike Atkinson has definitely taken over from good old Dean in the Man Love Stakes. Let's just say he's been fantastic this season. It's fair to say.
Brilliant.
Long may that continue. To be honest.
Yes, and last week he filled in at centre back, and looking at the team, he may well do that again. I'm not sure.
I think with Wilshere, I think it'll be Wilshere and Revan. It'll for those Beavers listening in, based on the team sheet, it looks to me like it's a 4-4-2 with Gardner and Villette up top, with Siziba on the wing.
I think so.
My best guess.
Just while Matt's looking at that there will be a minute's silence before the game for much missed and much respected fan Robbie Brownett. He was a cherished part of the club, very much so. Matt, we dealt with him a lot, didn't we? He was a real character, and again, there will be a minute's silence for his passing.
He was a lovely, lovely man.
On the anniversary of his death.
Excuse me. Anniversary of his death. A very, very likeable man. Always, funny enough, I started come down here 10 years ago, and Robbie was the very first person that I ever saw at the gate. He was always there, always present.
Yeah, very much missed, and we will be silent, obviously, observing it as well, for a much missed member. Minute's applause.
Very fitting, I would say.
Yeah. There you are. If you're just joining us, a fitting tribute to one of the most famous and one of the most well-known Hampton supporters a year on since his sad passing. That was for Robbie there. And again, non-league football clubs are full of characters and people like Robbie, and I think this week more than most, I think it's great to pay tribute to those people that keep these football clubs and many other non-league football clubs going. So here we go, Matt. Here we go. Are we ready for what should be an extremely exciting, probably nervous, and we may stumble on our words because we are fans. We will try and keep it as neutral as possible. Anyone that listened to us during COVID will back us up, and we always did a fair job, I like to think. But yes, we are very, very much looking forward to things today.
Our first technical mishap of the day, Seb. Just trying to move the.
That one we're on, aren't we? I think we're okay. That one on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's got the dugout in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
There we are. See, this setup by Mark George, by the way. And talking about volunteers and people that have done so much for the football club, we have to pay tribute to Mark George.
We do. Who
has done so much for this football club and set up this setup that is so good that even has outfoxed us youngsters, shall we say, Matt. But anyway, the game is underway now.
Looks like Alfie Williams at left back, Seb.
Alfie Williams at left back.
Yeah, Jerry Wilshere alongside Don Revan in the centre.
Yes, and then Michael Atkinson in that holding midfield. Yep. Oh, brilliant. That's what we love to see. He's on the ball, but all black boots. We really do like Mike Atkinson, and straight away he's trying to start an attack. But positive start on the front foot there from Hampton. Ball went to the box. Oh, it flies across there. A great cross from James Roberts, but it's going to be put back in again by Williams, who goes to the byline, crosses back, and it's just wide from Saziba. Oh, my goodness. Matt, I don't want to be too harsh, but he probably should have done better there, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I think that's an understatement, Seb. I mean, he was under a bit of pressure from the defender, but he could have wrapped his foot around that and passed it. But,
he drilled it wide and it went past the post. Great work from Hampton there, and great work from Williams to go to the byline, draw it back. But I really do think Hampton it should have hit the target. I mean, it wasn't far off, don't get me wrong. No. I'm not going to do it. It wasn't a horrendous miss or anything like that, but that was a chance. But hey, Matt, being on the positive, a good start and a positive start from the Beavers.
It was a good start, Seb, and James Roberts already showing what he's all about with the initial cross on the right-hand side that evaded everybody, but went straight to Alfie Williams, who did a nice ball in. But yeah, already we look good. I mean, what is very noticeable is Roberts is very wide, very wide over there,
and Saziba on this side now as well.
Yeah.
With Gardner taking the role behind Villette there, sort of like a number 10.
Yeah.
Or he's wearing the number 25. But just in case you are joining us and thinking, why can't we see the action? Unfortunately, the rules are the rules, and you'll have to look at us and watch us watching the game, which might not be as interesting, but hopefully we can make it more interesting than it probably should be. And please do let us know where you're watching from, listening from, whatever. It'd be great to know who's listening in, who's watching from wherever in the world. Because I know before, Matt, we used to have quite a varied readership. And he said readership there, sorry. Listener and audience. So, yeah, please let us know. And Diego to our left, who you'll be able to see in shot, just to the left, will be telling us. Ask us any questions.
Thanks Ian McKinnon, by the way, who reliably informs us that it is Harry Gardner.
Yes, it is. Sorry.
Thank you,
all
Ian
the way
McKinnon.
From Disneyland.
Yes.
Good
to see Ian's adding value.
Thank you, Ian. Sorry. We
sorry, Harry, as well.
Yeah, sorry, Harry. It was a genuine mistake, and the trains didn't do me any favours, and I got here about 2 minutes before we went live. But anyway, Hampton and Richmond Borough with the ball in midfield from Josh Keir, who sets Harry Gardner through, who then finds in the free in the box. It's 1-0 to the Beavers.
Come on.
It's 1-0.
Brilliant
a positive start. He made up for the missed chance just 30 seconds into the game. That is a great run from Hampton and Richmond.
Super.
Josh Keir in midfield. Strong run. Laid Harry Gardner, who found Saziba in acres of space. And this time he made no mistake. It's Hampton and Richmond Borough 1. Welling 0, and that is a great start for the Beavers. That's exactly what we wanted, Matt.
What a ball through from Josh Keir. That is Josh Keir at his best. Slice through the defence, Harry Gardner showing excellent pace and strength
composure
on the ball.
Composure as well.
You know what I liked about that? That was really selfless. You know, he's got that ball. He can easily get a shot. He screwed it left. Zaziba, acres of space, as Seb said, to slot home to put us 1 up.
Oh, that's wonderful.
If Carlsberg did start to the game, mate, come on, Beavers.
That will settle the nerves, because I think last week and in recent weeks when we have conceded first, it's really been quite a struggle to sort of redress the balance. But Hampton and Richmond Borough now is trying to capitalise. Zaziba, the goal scorer, on a defensive mistake, slots it in through to Harry Gardner, who has a shot at goal, and it's in! It's 2-0 and we are very excited, we are very happy. A stunning start for the Beavers.
Come on!
Stunning start for the Beavers. Oh, and look, we're excited. We've lost 13 games out of 14. We've started to get a bit concerned about looking behind us.
We're in quite a quiet stand as well.
And we're in quite a quiet stand.
We've shown ourselves up there, Seth, but anyway.
Oh my goodness. That's why we're happy, and I know we've got to be a little bit neutral, but Zaziba, it returned the favour. A lovely pass back from the byline to Harry Gardner, who slotted it home, and it went through the keeper's legs. And dare I say, delirium after in 8th minutes. We are 2-0 up. Hampton and Richmond Borough 2, Welling 0. And look, the kids are doing the Poznan behind the goal. Oh my goodness. The good feelings are back. The good times are.
They don't know what's hit them, Seb.
Really don't.
I mean, talk about come out of the traps. This is what Alan Julian would have wanted. If he could have dreamt what the start would be, it would be this. We have come out all guns blazing. We now need to keep our discipline.
Well, this is a problem, isn't it? This is the problem. You've got to, and we have been sloppy in defence in recent weeks, but what a start, Matt. I mean, again, if Carlsberg did them, if anyone did them, if you could pick any, what a start for the Beavers. 2-0. And like I said, only a week ago I was sat just ran a couple of seats along, you know, wondering what the hell was going on, because we succumbed 5-0 at home to Bath City. This is a great turnaround, and Matt, it's hard not to say it, and I'm going to say it. It's the feel-good factor is now back on the pitch. It's in and around the stands.
It is,
but obviously a long way to go still. And you know, Welling are fighting for their lives, so they will certainly not be giving up, despite a dreadful start. You know, for them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, Seb. I mean, we've just got an extra half a yard of pace. These boys look up for it.
They do, don't they?
This is the response that, you know, if you're going to succumb to a heavy loss at home like we did against Bath at the weekend, you need a response like this. But to your very point, there's 80-odd minutes left of this game.
Yeah, and Welling are on their first attack now, and they crossed the ball in, but it's claimed it might have gone out. It looked like it went out for goal kick, but
Max kept it in, doesn't he?
Max Merrick kept it in, and that's the first side. So again, hey, 2-0. We're very excited, obviously, as Hampton and Richmond Borough fans. Apologies if there are any Welling fans or neutral observers. You know, we got a bit giddy there, but honestly, it's been a rough period. And Hampton and Richmond Borough on the attack now, and Harry Gardner's through on goal, and it's well defended, to be fair. But Matt, nearly in again. We haven't even. We're in the 10th minute. It's really good stuff from the Beavers. This is what the Beavers were like only a few months ago when we were on the cusp, looking at the playoffs. But Welling are on the attack now. And one goal, as we know, Matt, will change the game significantly. It's a great shot.
Oh, that's an unbelievable save.
What a save. Now that,
I mean,
I've got to say, Matt, that is a fantastic effort from Welling there.
It's as good as a goal.
That is and I mean, they're on the break, and it was a great shot from the number 24. Sorry, my team sheet has fallen off the bloody page. Look, we've got Gideon.
Number 20.
Number 24, sorry. Kamara.
Sahid Kamara.
It was a hell of a shot, drilled, but a one-handed save for Max Merrick. Now, look, he made a mistake last week, but I tell you what, he's more than redeemed himself there. That is.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's just watch this corner. But hang on.
Ball swings in from Welling there. Right, goes under the posts, but it's headed over by.
I mean, Max Merrick has showed there why Chelsea have invested. Right. I mean, he's an England under-20 international. I mean, I think every Beaver out there were disappointed to hear the news of Ted Kerr's return to Chelsea. He was fantastic for us at the beginning of the season. Max Merrick comes in, another Chelsea academy player. I was about to say big shoes to fill, but let's say big gloves to fill.
Yeah. Oh yes, like it.
I did warn you guys. And he's been faultless. I mean, the only mistake he's made I can think of was last week against Bath.
Exactly.
Everything else has been first class. For a young lad in goal.
what a start to this game. You know, it's 2-0 Beavers, and the Beavers are on the attack again, and Saziba is having
He's
probably...
on fire.
His tail is up, Matt, isn't it? His tail is
one
up.
way of describing it. He looks like a new player.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's shown glimpses this season, Saziba, but I think by his own admission, you know, he's not.
Yeah.
It's been a bit stop-start for him since he came in, but it looks like he really is. Has got the bit between his teeth today, which is great to see. Great play by Alfie Williams there.
Archie Taylor.
Archie
Taylor. I always get them mixed up.
I
You're
do
right.
every time.
But I tell you what, Archie Taylor's been fantastic, hasn't he, in recent weeks? And I spoke to him after the game last week, and he wore that defeat as hard as any fan. He looked. But I tell you what, Hampton have come back now and really showed what they can do. And again, it's just that feel good, that positivity. Roberts in the lineup, Villette up front, and Mike Atkinson in his familiar role. It just feels a lot more natural, doesn't it, Matt, at the moment?
It does. I mean, for me, this is absent of Jake Gray. This is our strongest lineup.
Yeah.
You know, this is a good. We look well balanced. We've got good balance on the left, good balance on the right. Atkinson and Keir in the middle. Don Revan marshalling things at the back. You know, this looks really well balanced. We look very well drilled. And now, as I said earlier on, it's all about keeping the discipline, keeping the ball moving, and making sure that we.
Mike Atkinson.
That's a great.
That's great, isn't it?
He's one of those players. Whenever he gets the ball, he always looks like he's got loads of time on it.
Yeah. He is really good, and the ball hits up long, and Villette now is challenging, but it's well defended by 19 Dan Quick, who heads the ball back to his keeper. If you're listening, or wherever you're listening or watching, whatever, say hello and tell us where you are, sampling this delightful watch-along, and it is delightful. As I say that, Max Merrick, the ball was I think it was a back pass, and there was a little bit of a confusion, but Max Merrick did tidy up lovely, and Hampton and Richmond Borough on the attack. So, if you were just joining us, it is delight for the Beavers so far in this game. 2-0 up, a really strong and impressive start, and a needed start, isn't it, Matt, after what has been a pretty torrid time for people of the Hampton and Richmond Borough persuasion.
Somebody's asking on the chat, where can I watch the game? Now, if I'm not mistaken, unfortunately it's
a 3 o'clock
a copyright
on a Saturday, and we are not able to show the games live due to being a National League South club. So
frustrating.
It is frustrating, but the 3 p.m. rule is in effect primarily to keep fans, and that crosses all football in England. So there's been a lot of talk about the 3 p.m. rule recently. About Premier League fans not being able to watch their team at 3 o'clock, or Championship teams, but it does exist to keep people going to non-league games.
Ooh.
Anyway, Villette was offside. It did look. Yeah. It was a lovely ball from Taylor, wasn't it? Yeah. Lovely ball from Archie Taylor. So unfortunately, you can't watch the game. The best thing you can do is watch it vicariously through us. Me and Matt.
I think we've got quite a few viewers at the moment, haven't we?
Have we? Have we now? So
well, I mean,
apologies.
When I say a few.
Yeah. Apologies.
We're in double figures.
Double figures. That's fine. Hey, we're doing a service, and if nothing else, Ian McKinnon is sat in Disneyland listening to us as we speak. So,
he's done well there.
Anyway, and here it is, Kamara, who's probably been Welling's best player. Goes across, and he puts the ball to the left, and it's Redfern now who tries to cross it in, but it's well defended by Taylor. But the ball crosses in, but it's well claimed by Max Merrick. Now, that's the second time Kamara has gone through with purpose in goal. He looks like the danger man. So
he does.
Hampton do need to be aware of him. Number 24, Saheed Kamara, who's had the best chance of the game so far. And I tell you what, he's got his sock. I do like the low socks, Matt. I do like it. I know you might be a purist and you might not.
Yeah,
but
well, as a 6'3" centre half, Seb, I'm not going to join you on that one.
No. I mean, Josh Keir.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's actually
Yeah, I mean, he's a halfway.
Harry Gardner. I mean, he's Jack Grealish-esque, isn't he, with his low socks? And it's done him no harm so far. James Roberts battling, and it's great to see him. And Villette, and honestly, Harry Gardner from a goal, shoots, drills it, and it's well saved. Will Harry Gardner, in the form that he's been in so far today, be a bit disappointed that he didn't make the keeper do?
I mean, he was disappointed that we didn't know his Christian name, Seb. But apart from that,
apologies.
I mean, to be honest, let's be critical, right? I think he was disappointed he didn't score that.
Or certainly made the keeper. It was quite an easy, low save for the keeper. But anyway, it's a good game of National League South action, this, isn't it? Mike Atkinson just wins. He's so good.
Just unbelievable.
Anyway, you distracted us there from our chat about low socks.
Talk of the devil. There's
And
number
as we
24
say
again.
that, Kamara, who's definitely the threat for Welling here, puts it back to the edge of the box to number 3, Davies, who then, and that's a shot, and it hits the back of, but Jez Davies has got the ball, goes for goal, and he drags it wide.
We've let them back into the game over the last 3 or 4 minutes.
We have, Matt, and I think it goes to show that Welling are fighting for their lives, and they are not going to.
Yeah, they're not going to roll over.
Not going to roll over, nor should they, obviously, of course.
Sure.
But you know, it's yes, it's definitely a knock on the door, shall we say, to Hampton that this game is far from over. Despite a brilliant start, 2-0 up, goals by Saziba and Gardner. Really good attacking play by Hampton and Richmond Borough. It's almost like a front 3 at the moment with Roberts and Saziba, and there is that gap in midfield, and again it's Kamara. He is the danger man, but it's well tackled by Williams, the left back, who again has had a strong season. Mike Atkinson with time on the ball in midfield, and talking about, look at those black boots with proper studs, no blades. I can see the silver studs from here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just a proper footballer and a really, my player of the season. I know he's your player of the season, Matt.
It's been a tough one, Seb. I mean, for me, there's been 3 standouts.
Wellinger on the attack there. The linesman has flagged for offside though. So
3 standouts, would you say?
Atkinson.
Yep.
Revan.
Yep.
Well, it'd be rude not to recognise Villette's contribution.
Agreed. I mean,
Yeah.
Villette's 4 for me.
Yeah,
I think Archie Taylor has been
Consistently
Mr. Consistent.
good. Yeah, I think you're right.
He's come up with a few goals as well.
Yeah, he has. You're right, actually. That's a strong.
But
Josh Keir as well.
Yeah, Josh Keir's been great.
They've all had spells. I mean, obviously, not many players have come out with too much credit recently. But again, I think the
Villette had an unbelievable period,
exactly.
didn't he?
They were in a lot of credit, and they all did, tiredness, and we haven't had an opportunity to get too many bodies in, and maybe tiredness has played a part, and with this squad, especially players as well who aren't, some of them, Williams, Taylor, Keir, haven't been playing at this level on a regular basis. So it's a long slog, the National League South.
It's a great ball.
And maybe we have come a cropper recently, but not today so far. It's 2-0 to the Beavers, and Taylor slots the ball through, and it was supposed to be to Villette, but Saziba got the ball, tries, but it's Archie Williams to the byline, plays it back, and it just bounces away, well cleared by, I think it was Quick there, the Welling defender. And Villette has won it, and he's now sprinting into the box. And he goes for a goal, and it hits Gardner strong in the face. I mean, it was going in, I think, but it hit Gardner full on in the face and bounced over. Yeah. That was almost very easy for Villette there, wasn't it?
He's put on a brave face, but that got him.
Gardner must be
slap bang in the chops, that one.
I mean, that was a hard shot. So basically, Villette's got the ball. He's got to the byline, run towards goal, and he's put his laces behind it. It has to say, a man who's got a lot of finesse and skill, but this time he leathered it, and it hit Harry Gardner full on in the face. He just shook it off, didn't he? He just shook it off, old Harry.
Yeah, he was like, just got
That's
up.
what you should call him now, of course.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah.
I've seen some flashes and glimpses of him in recent weeks, Gardner. And do you know what he adds, Matt? And he has a bit of presence, doesn't he? Because obviously we've got Villette, who's quite small. Yeah. Roberts is obviously a strong player, but he is again small. Zaziba is small.
Ooh, Hornchurch 1, Truro 0.
Hornchurch
big
1,
goal
Truro
at the top of the table.
Big goal in the National League South.
Yeah, especially given that Worthing are winning 1-0 as well.
So does that mean Worthing are at the top now?
That means, as things currently stand, that puts Worthing top, by 2 points. And we've got people waving at us from the
friends and family.
Friends and family just walking past at the moment, beers in hand.
Yeah, very jealous, but we have to save that for afterwards, don't we, Matt?
We do. But we'll be wetting the whistle straight away at 10 to 5.
But yes, it's 2-0. We're 22 minutes in. It's 2-0 to the Beavers. Welling did have a little bit of a flurry, I don't know, the last 6-7 minutes, but the game has sort of slowed down a little bit, hasn't it?
It has. Good turnout today, by the way. Very good turnout.
It looks a good turnout.
The sun is shining. I mean, let's have a to the nearest 50.
Yeah, I think it's
when it gets announced.
7:30. I'm going for. because the main stand's quite full.
It's going to be.
Welling have put a good contingent. I mean,
they
if
have.
that is,
yeah, they
them,
have.
I mean, they're behind the goal. If for those who don't know, non-league football, the fans are able to move around more freely, shall we say, than in top tier football. So the Welling fans currently behind the goal, and a good contingent, and fair play to them, because we think we've had a difficult time, Matt. Welling in 22nd, and at present they're 8 points. They're 8 points adrift at present. So with 3 games left, they wouldn't technically be down, but yeah, it would be if results stayed the same. And they're on the attack here, so let's not count any chickens.
Going back to Gardner.
Yeah.
The thing that has really impressed me with him, he's doing it now.
His work rate, yeah.
It's been fantastic.
Saziba, no, he just lost the ball there, Saziba in midfield, which is probably the first mistake he's made. But he's going to try and track back, and he wins it back. And do you know what?
Brilliant.
If you lose the ball and you win it back, that's the least. That's the least you can do is win it back. And he won it back in Hampton now, passing the ball around centre midfield.
This play is really good.
Yeah, Welling are definitely sitting back a little bit, because obviously not putting too much pressure on, because. I know maybe that was a little bit of a tactic earlier on in the game, and it was they came a cropper to go 2-0 down, but at the moment it's definitely
pair checking goal, Seb.
I tell you what, the Welling keeper has got one of those protective hats, shall we say, that I mean, hopefully nothing too serious, because obviously Czech wore it for a very good reason, and I'm sure the Welling keeper has, but Gardner finds the ball in quite a lot of space, but probably thought Villette was higher than he was, and the ball goes back to the Welling defence. But it's 2-0 here. The Beavers hoping to end a run of 13 matches without a win. Was it?
Yeah, I think it might be. Well,
is it more than that, Matt? It might be 14. I can't.
Well, we've got one win. Obviously, the Aveley game. So we last won away at Aveley.
Yeah, which you attended.
Which
didn't you,
I did attend. And
was it your son's first away game?
It was my son's very first away game.
Yeah, and he now probably thinking, well,
he now think he's actually here today. He now thinks that every time Hampton play away, we're going to win.
Yeah.
But he particularly enjoyed when Alfie Taylor scored the goal for us. Alfie came straight over and celebrated with us, which was a lovely touch. It's what it's all about at non-league level, right?
Yeah, exactly that. And
I've been impressed with Wilshere, Seb. He looks comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, I've liked him this season when he's played. He's obviously had a couple of injuries, and he's been. That was a very late tackle
very
there
late
from the Welling defender, midfielder, and he will get you a yellow card for that. He was quite late to the party there, wasn't he?
I'm going to call that an orange.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's just say it was a definite yellow.
I imagine if that was in front of the Hampton dugout, but it was actually in front of the Welling dugout, there might have been a few more vociferous claims. But
Mr. Julian might have been a bit louder than he was in his own dugout.
But that was certainly a late lunge, shall we say, and that's a yellow card for the Welling player, who hasn't shown his number at any point. Number 11, I think, Martel Taylor Crossdale. Yellow card for him. And Matt, I agree with you, it's probably an orange one for those who are thinking there isn't a bloody orange card. Well, it's between the yellow and red. It's one of these football terms.
It is a bit of an annoying term, actually, isn't it? Maybe we should stop using that. But
I like it. I think it shows the ferocious. No, that's the wrong word.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. Pacific.
He's done brilliant. Do you know what,
Josh
Seb?
Key has done superb.
That's a foul. Blatant foul. He has been superb.
He's been great today.
This first half so far. He's been the standout player for Hampton. He's been fantastic. I've liked him all season, actually. He's really... I mean, where was he last season? He was a step below us, right?
No, a step below that, I think.
Was it really?
He's
really come into his own at this level of football. Fair play to him.
Oh, no, he was I would say he was the standout performer in the first 6, 7, 8 weeks of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
And again, I think as a youngster and someone who isn't used to playing regularly at this level, like a few of them, he has found it a bit more difficult in recent weeks. But I tell you what, a return to form today for sure for him and the Beavers, who are winning 2-0 at home. And that's Mike Atkinson.
Again.
And then Saziba's through on goal now. But
nice.
Villette won't run because he was offside there. And it's... Mike Atkinson won the ball in midfield. Hampton's attack spluttered out there a little bit. But it's 2-0, and we're about halfway through, just over halfway here now, at Beverley Stadium. And it's a place that has an air of excitement, an air of positivity about it after a very, a difficult few weeks and months. But The good times at the moment are currently back at Beverley Stadium,
Well,
but there's a long way to go.
We've had an interesting question.
Oh, an interesting question. Go on. Is it football related?
Yeah,
or
so it's from Ali. How much is the total value of the club if someone wanted to buy it?
Well, I mean, you're a bit late to the party.
You're a bit late to the party,
I'll just
Ali,
say that.
given the news yesterday.
What I would say is, Ali, if you have got some money, then please email Ben Hudson. I'm sure they wouldn't be, wouldn't turn down.
No.
But they obviously, the news this week that the football club has got new owners and significant investment and stability, I think is the word. We won't.
Well played.
So, but Ali, please, I don't know what the value of the club is. Maybe someone on Company's House will have a look. And football clubs, they're priceless to the supporters and the people involved in it. Anyway, James Roberts crosses the ball into the box. That was great football
really
from Hampton and Richmond there. Great midfield play from Atkinson and Alfie Williams. Hampton, this is more like it, Matt. And I know I keep saying it, but it's nice. You know, we looked the shadow of our former side ourselves last week, as any team would be if they were losing 5-0 at home. That he must be offside there, and the linesman hasn't flagged him, but he definitely looked offside there, didn't he, Matt McBride? But yeah, Ali, get in touch with Ben Hudson, because he is the chairman extraordinaire and part of the new ownership at the football club, which brings with it a lot of stability. I think that's the key word, and that can only be a good thing. For any football club, but especially a club that has to maximise every single penny and every single bit of resources and volunteers and the like. So, yeah, a positive week so far for the Beavers, but there's still an hour left of this game, Matt. And Welling have shown that they've got a bit of sting if they need to.
Yeah, agreed, Seb. We've looked the better side. There's no question about that, and the scoreline backs that up. But this is far from a walkover, as you say. You know, Welling have got. Yeah, they've got something about them, and we need to make sure that we keep up the tempo and stay disciplined. I know I've said that for the third time, but it's really. I mean, here now, this.
Kamara again finds Redfern.
That was very unlucky.
Nearly finds Redfern, should I say?
I think Redfern's second top goal scorer, if I'm not mistaken. He's got 5 this season.
He did look like he might have been offside there, and Jerry Wiltshire was certainly asking the question of the linesman, and if he had maybe kept control of the ball, maybe the flag would have gone up. But anyway. It didn't, and the ball is in Max Merrick's hands, and he boots. Oh, that is I tell you what, that is what I call a modern goalkeeper kick. Or miss kick, someone has just said in the background.
Might have been a certain Phil Weller behind us, I think. But
Anyway, Welling have got the ball, and again, Matt, as the game goes on, Welling are going to be fighting more and more for their lives, because at the moment they are 8 points adrift, and with 3 games left out. Oh, at the moment, of course. And there'll only be 3 games left, so I
think it's important that we don't concede in the next 15 minutes of the first half.
I think
that's going to be key.
Given the jitters, that would introduce jitters and nerves from a team that has had some jittery, nervy moments of late a lot, haven't they? So but at the moment, Hampton and Richmond Borough are 18th as it stands, and they would be. At the moment, we are 9 points clear of St Albans at the moment. But there's still an hour left of this game, and this is a time of year when all fans, or most fans, are either looking upwards or downwards, or looking at other teams' results. But crucially, Matt, you've got to win your own games, and Hampton haven't been able to do that for a good couple of months. But at the moment, they are winning, and I do agree with you, though. I think if we can just hold out to half-time, and again, I'm not saying for a second that Jules would sit there and say, let's keep it tight, because that's not Jules's mindset, but there is an element of let's just steady, let's keep this steady, I would say.
I think you're spot on, Seb. Let's see this game into half-time with a clean sheet.
Sasiba,
if we can get a third, great.
A long ball there to Sasiba, but what I would say in the last 10 minutes or so, Hampton's fluid and flowing passing movement has not been as evident, but that might be because Welling are getting a bit more into the game. And as they go on the attack now, and Archie Taylor defends well, it looks like it's going to go out for a corner. It does.
Decent response from Welling, to be fair.
No, it's a goal kick. Sorry,
decent response. I would say, would you? I mean,
it would have been very easy to a team in 22nd to go 2-0 down after 8 minutes. Would have been very easy. But
no, they've full credit to Welling. They've not rolled over, and they're showing some pretty good football.
They are trying, aren't they? And I think you can see that they're not as fluid and as clinical in attack as a team who's 22nd in the league would be. But they've certainly no lack of endeavour or persistence, and that is something that Hampton will be aware of. But Mike Atkinson, I'd love to know. I mean, there must be some stats. You know, everything is recorded these days, and I know that Jules and his team spend a lot of time on, I think it's one of the data companies, and checking out opposition, but also checking out. You know, they've got the machines. I sound like a real old man here, but they've got the trackers, haven't they, in the back of their shirts and stuff like that. But I'd love to know how many times Mike Atkinson picked the ball up in midfield, either from a tackle, from a pass.
Yeah.
He's
the Moises Caicedo of National League South,
honestly, mate. I would. Again, you have to remember he's come from 2 or 3 years at Basingstoke, so he's been playing the level below and the level below that.
Yeah.
He is a National League South. He's more than a National League South player. I'd be very surprised if other clubs in the league above aren't looking or are aware of him, because he is
absolutely. You
know,
can't hide behind the fact that he's been.
But James Robertson's found Sasiba, or nearly. It's just bounced past him. Is he going to keep it in? He's done well to keep it in, Sasiba, who's done very well today, Matt, hasn't he? He's tried to go past him there, but that was a bit too easy for the Welling defender. But Jerry Wiltshire, again, Harry Gardner's won the ball on the edge of the box. He goes for goal, he shoots! Oh! Yes, please!
Go!
Yes, please! 3-0, Harry Gardner with an absolute worldie from the edge of the box. Matt, we've seen some amazing goals in the Champions League this week. That was worthy of any game of football, wasn't it? Harry Gardner won the ball on the edge of the D. Sort of moved out wide, looked like he'd gone too far. It's fair to say wrapped his foot round it, and it flew in. Anyone who saw the Declan Rice free kick this week, right in top bins, that's where it went. And what a goal.
Finish.
And that is 3-0, and that is huge for Hampton and Richmond. We were maybe getting a bit worried that Welling were coming into the game, but Matt, that was lovely, wasn't it? Hey, enjoy it.
What a goal. I mean, to be fair to Harry Gardner, I think he's been involved in all 3 goals.
He has.
He's been a real outlet for us.
He's really making us pay for forgetting his first name, isn't he?
He is. I think we're going to have to apologise to him.
But I tell you what, it's 3-0, and there is a drinks break at some, because it is hot today. The referee's taking a drink, so maybe he's called the drinks break. But it's 3-0 Hampton and Richmond Borough. And Matt, if you'd have said to us on the way in today, where everyone there was a buzz, there was an excitement, you wanted it to all go better on the pitch. Yeah. It's done that and more. And 3-0 Hampton and Richmond Borough. It has, Seb. We're in dreamland, really, aren't we? Let's be brutally honest. I mean,
I don't think any of us would have thought that we'd be 3 up after 35 minutes. But fair play to the guys here. This is, I said this earlier on, this is the reaction that the fans and staff wanted, right? I mean, Jules, Luke Ruddock, Donovan.
The weight.
When this game is against you, it's against you, and all it takes is a little thing, that can just turn things around. And today we're on it. We're on it, which is fantastic. And for those Beavers that are listening in, I've got some more good news.
Very good news, Matt.
St Albans have just gone 1-0 down against Eastbourne Borough. Which puts the as-is standings at how many points behind are they now?
At the moment, we're mathematically safe. We're mathematically at the moment, and again, football can kick you in, as we've seen in recent weeks. It can really kick you when you're down. But at the moment, it's Hampton and Richmond Borough doing that for Welling. It's 3-0. We've seen 3 good goals, haven't we? Really? I mean, the third one was a peach, a perler, or all of those things.
Finish. He's been great today. To be fair to Harry, we're going to call him Harry now.
Harry now, yeah. We should just get a shirt next week with 25 and just Harry on the back.
But he's been really sharp. He's showed very, very good.
Honestly, I mean, look, I'm going to interrupt you there, Matt.
Sorry, rightly so.
It sounded like we've just scored, didn't it? There a little bit, the reaction of us and the people behind us. But Mike Atkinson has just done a tackle, but again, picking the player up and just going straight in, and it deflects out for a throw in, and he's still on his hooves now.
He's an absolute machine.
But it's just clicking. It's clicking for the Beavers. And Johnny, I don't know if you're listening out in where you are on holiday. I know you've had to sit through some pretty torrid games in recent weeks and months, unfortunately. That looked like a foul, Matt,
Yeah,
I have to
it
say,
was
and
a
it's
foul.
a free kick to Hampton on the left-hand side, and it's really not going Welling's way, but it's a delight to be sat here anyway. It's a delight to be sat here anyway, because it's great just to be, we did it before, we really enjoyed it, and it's great to be able to give, I don't know how many people are listening, if it's in the tens and not yet the hundreds, doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, it's just been it's been a great day so far. 37 minutes on the clock, and it's 3-0 to Hampton and Richmond Borough.
A big Harry cry from Ian McKinnon once more on the chat, which big Harry.
Yes,
cry
honestly, Ian, it was so delightful. Kia slots the ball out from the free kick, but we give the ball away there. But honestly, it will be the media team have been working very diligently, recent weeks and months with, very hard. We'll be plastering that. I mean, I suppose we're part of the media team today, Matt, obviously, and maybe going forward, hopefully longer term. But the media team should be plastering that goal all over social media, because that was a stupendous goal, and I'm still reeling from how good it was, Matt. Let's be honest, and maybe we've enjoyed it even more because we have seen not very much in recent weeks.
I mean, you and I have been coming down here for a decade now. That's up there.
That's up there in top five. Yeah, it's a
foul
foul there.
Another foul. They're getting frustrated, Welling, now. Number 28, Statham, he is going to be lucky.
He should get yellow, shouldn't he? That's the second one.
That's the second one in quick succession. And referee doesn't seem too bothered.
You say, Matt, that they're getting frustrated. What I would say is Hampton have definitely upped the gear again, haven't they?
They have. This has been a really, really professional performance from the boys. Jules will be delighted, and you guys that are listening in that are unfortunately unable to make the game today should be equally as happy. This is good stuff.
Yeah, it is really good stuff.
Aveley have just scored away at Salisbury. For those of you interested in the other games at the bottom.
Well, Matt, we had a very nice time away at Salisbury, apart from the result, obviously. But it was a good club, wasn't it, Salisbury? I liked it. Good welcoming people. We had our own bar, but the staff were friendly, the stewards were friendly, and that's not always the case. I mean, non-league football is more friendly than most, but it was very good, and I'd like to see them not get dragged down into the mix. But at the moment, they are only 3 points clear.
You're quite right, Seb, and they were very friendly people.
Great pubs as well. Sorry.
By their own admission, they were saying, this obviously is the first time back in the National League South. They were just finding their way from a logistical standpoint. Do we segregate? Do we not segregate? So they're just finding their way.
The ball's just flashed across the goal there, across from James. I think it was. No, it wasn't. It was Taylor, I think, actually. But yeah, another chance.
St Albans are down to 10 men as well.
St Albans are down to 10 men, and again, when your luck's out, your luck is out.
Yeah.
St Albans, who currently occupy 21st, the last position in the four of. Oh, sorry, there's 4 teams that go down. They are leading that group. But yes, at the moment, Hampton and Richmond Borough, after a very difficult few weeks and months on and off the pitch, have. At the moment, are mathematically safe, Matt, and I think, again, let's not be too. Let's just go in at half-time with this score.
Let's be honest, Seb, and we've said this on multiple occasions over the last few weeks. If you were to have asked both of us at the beginning of the season, would you have taken where we are now in the league, this number of points clear of the relegation zone before to play, you'd snap your hand off, right?
Yeah.
It's just been one of those seasons where we did so well in the first half of the season. But if you look at it's so unbalanced, and it unfortunately magnifies how we've been getting on the last 2 or 3 months. But actually, the reality is, we've won. If we win today, we've won 14 games.
Yeah, exactly.
That's decent. 53 goals, 54 goals. 51 points after today. That's decent, right? We haven't got the biggest budget in the league. Everyone knows that. Jules, Luke, and Don. I mean. They should be applauded. That's just brilliant. I'm no secret. I've been along. I consider Jules a friend actually. From getting to know him when he was being a player. But I know how hard he's worked and his team have worked. And what's happened the last few weeks has been really difficult for them because I know it's definitely not through lack of trying, of course. But it's been difficult for them. But hopefully,
we can be sat in the Beaver Lodge there to our right, Matt, in about an hour's time, and hopefully we can all be raising a glass to what we have to say would be a great achievement.
Yeah,
and then,
I totally agree.
Let's not. I know it's not been great the last few weeks, but you spread those out, and it still would be. But anyway, we've still got another half of football, and Welling are on the attack here. Could they just keep this very interesting? But I tell you what, Josh Keir there, what a fantastic. He's got great going forward, Josh Keir, but he did the donkey work there, and he's been brilliant in midfield.
I think. Whoa, go. Hang on.
It's fine.
Hang on, we've just had a.
Matt's got one of his team sheets. There's literally a gust of wind from nowhere has come and taken it. It was like a scene from Forrest Gump. And
someone, a very kind lady has.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed.
And that's our commentary notes. Thank you very much.
You.
Thank you. I mean, the gust of wind was something else, wasn't it, Matt? That was like a twister. And it took Matt. I mean, it took it a good 10, 15 metres. Like I said, it was like a Forrest Gump. But hey, who says we can't have fun? And it can't. Again, we've enjoyed doing this. We enjoyed doing it back in the day. It's lovely to be doing it again. It was great to be asked. It was really great to be asked. And Johnny, who's done a sterling job.
He's been brilliant.
Johnny Jackson, not Johnny Jackson. That's the manager of Wimbledon. Johnny and Jackson, and all the team that have brought you the games in recent times.
Yeah, they've done
brilliant.
There's
tireless work. Again, great. And Johnny's just great. I a couple of times listening in, but Johnny, if you are listening, and if not, and you're catching up on the highlights, or even if it's on the clips, but that's Kamara who's been the standout player.
Yeah.
What I will say, Matt, is, and I do like to. His low socks do show off his wonderful calves.
He's got some calves on him.
He's got some, and really, really wonderful. Oh,
look at Roberts. Roberts has done well.
Roberts has done well. I mean, he's not well. He has not played, right? And made. Oh, that was a 50-50 tackle, and it was a 50-50 tackle, Matt. And I think there was no malice. Both players went in for it 100%. But
controversial comment.
Go on.
I think that was actually a Roberts foul. I think that Roberts was late there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, from where I'm sat, it looked like he was late.
Yeah.
You're right, it was 50-50, but I'd be surprised if the referee. We have a certain Ben Hudson here, just gate crashing.
Are you going to be able to sit in for 2 minutes at half time, or only to repeat what you said? I'll come back to do it. It's fine, mate.
Hampton 3.
Anyway, not new chairman Ben. He's been chairman this season, but Ben Hudson just saying hello there, and of course the news this week. He's got 101 people to speak to. He may talk to us at some point. Was that yellow card there, Matt? I missed that.
Was that yellow, Diego? I didn't see it.
I
don't think
it was. Do you know what?
He's actually given the foul to Hampton.
I know. It was two players going for the ball very earnestly. I wouldn't say there was any malice.
He's booked the Welling guy.
He has booked the well. I suppose.
I don't know. There's a reason why we're sat here and we're not out on the pitch refereeing this game, Seb. But from where I'm sat, that was pretty harsh on the Welling defender.
Is that? Oh no, he's looking back, waiting to put the injury time up at the moment, or the fourth official. But Hampton have got a free kick here now. Oh my God! What would be one step above Dreamland if they go 4-0 up, Matt? But I don't know what that would be actually. Dreamland encompasses all bases. I don't know. Maybe Disneyland. Ian can tell us. Anyway, the ball swings in and it's punched clear by the Disneyland. Ian, sorry, Ian. I'm getting giddy. and rightly so. Do you know it was? I know I keep saying the same thing, and I'm always wary of us repeating ourselves on this commentary. And there's no point me telling you pass to do all the way through, because sometimes the games are just sort of fizzle or splutter and don't much happen. So that's why we try and make it a bit more interesting, a bit more exciting for you guys listening in, because obviously you'd love to be able to see the footage, of course, especially when we're scoring goals like we did today. But we will drift off on some tangents every now and then. Look like handball from Josh Keir, but the referee has played good advantage there. Referee's done all right today.
Yeah.
Shot from Welling, and it's well saved actually, because I think it moved in mid-air, because he's had to palm it away a little bit. But Max Merritt, a great shot from the.
Yeah, it was Ballard McBride. Very good shot.
Very good shot, really. Yeah, but it definitely had done something in the air, because Max had to sort of palm it just off to the left-hand side, and yeah, a chance for Welling. It's difficult when you go down so early. So but you can see, Matt, while they've had their struggles. No lack of endeavour, no lack of effort. Mario Villet's gone all the way to him, and he keeps the ball in.
For those of you who watched the Man City Palace game earlier on and saw the assist by Edison for McAtee's goal, that was exactly a carbon copy of that. Merrick with an unbelievable. Seb, we have two players of the we have the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper and the Welling right back are
having a disagreement.
And
a fierce disagreement.
And we'll leave it there, I think.
The referee has had to step in, and the referee and he's asked the captain of Welling to come over and.
Yeah, this is when you've got your own teammates fighting against each other on the pitch.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately.
Bertie Beaver's just walking past, Matt.
There's old Bertie. Yep.
Why the 44 on Bertie Beaver? Does anyone know?
44.
Does anyone know why Bertie Beaver's 44? I tell you who is walking past.
Why is Bertie Beaver 44? Why is Bertie
a man
Beaver
who's done so much for the football club.
Thomas
Lang is walking bang.
He can't hear a word
You've
we're
seen
saying,
all his amazing pictures over the years. He is here today as a fan on the other side of the barrier. Jerry Wiltshire.
What a header!
And Mauro Villet's through on goal. But I tell you what, the keeper's read that well.
Yeah, he has.
And
to be fair to him.
he obviously his energies and emotions are running through him, and he read that well. I think they call it a good starting position by the keeper there. But Hampton looking to make their dominance count even further. But honestly, Matt, what is the message what do you think the message Jules would be saying at half time?
I think the biggest thing he's going to be happy with is the energy. The energy has been superb.
It has, hasn't it? 2 minutes of injury time.
2 minutes of injury time to go. He's going to be happy with the energy. He's going to want to. Well, if I'm in Jules' seat, I'm saying let's not sit back. Right, we're 3-0 to the good. We can't rest on our laurels. It's really important that we stay focused on the game. Let's go and win this in style would be my message.
And give the fans who have walked into the stadium today in good mood, in good spirits, and we've seen the return of some old faces.
James Glassop,
Alec
Barry,
So
Alec Barry,
all through on goal. Redfern, Redfern was extremely well tackled there, and Jerry Wiltshire.
Wiltshire and Revan, our two centre backs, have just done two unbelievable tackles
in the box. It looks simple, but they made it look simple by their excellent play. But Hampton and Richmond Borough on the attack again now. Villette, who's looked much more like his former self, is going to probably put it out to Williams on the wing, who's completely free. He's going to go crosses the ball across goal, goes towards Harry Gardner, who takes it away from the on-rushing James Roberts.
Took it off his foot.
Took it away from him, and that could have been 4 for the Beavers, and Welling are going to go on the attack here. But yeah, I think Jules is going to obviously be very happy at half time, but important to stress football is a silly game and a mad game, and we've seen in recent weeks that it can be very tough. And
yeah, this has got all the dare I say it, 5-0 last week. You looked at the body language of our players, Seb. It was
tough, wasn't it?
And
I saw that.
And not just the players, the management team. And I'm looking at Welling now, and it's
a tough team talk for them, because at the moment, unfortunately,
Statham's injured himself, by the way, in that tackle. He's the Welling right back, number 28. He is hobbling quite badly.
At the moment, Welling are 7 points adrift with only 9 minutes left, 9 points remaining after today. But Matt, we have to say, and you can hear the claps, you can hear the cheers around Beverley Stadium, and that is wonderful to hear, Matt, because it's been a difficult time for the Beavers.
It has.
12 defeats in 13, no win in 14, I think.
One win in 14.
1 win in 14, should I say, and that's a long time. But at the moment, it looks like it will be 2 wins in 15, because Hampton and Richmond Borough are winning 3-0. They've played brilliantly. The recap the half, Matt. Went 2-0 up after 8 minutes, dominated. Welling came back a little bit, and then a great goal, one of the goals of the week, maybe the month, maybe even the season for Hampton, to make it 3-0. Harry Gardner. We forgot his first name at the beginning. We do apologise again, Harry, and thank you very much for that stupendous goal. But it's 3-0 to the Beavers, and as it stands, Beavers are 18th in the league, and they are, as it stands,
Alec Barry, here he
11 You're 11 points. You're 11 points clear of
What a sight that
St
is,
Albans.
What
It
a
is
sight.
great to see Alec
Barry.
And there's another.
Oh, hang on a minute.
There's
Got all the
another
old guard
familiar
back.
face. I tell you what.
They're all coming back.
It's like
out
friends
to play.
reunited here at the Beverly
Josh
today.
Wallen. You got Josh Wallen. You got Alec Barry.
We've seen. It's good to see. Do you know what though, Matt? Not just the people that have come back, but the people that have still been here. Everyone's walking past me now with a smile on their face. Isn't that very nice? I nearly swore then. Very nearly swore.
Football. You know what? I mean, we're biased, right?
The young kids who were doing the Poznan after 2-0, and now
here we go. Steph France, chairman of the Supporters Trust, please
join the Supporters Trust.
Very happy. I've never seen such a big smile on his face.
If you're a Hampton fan, you're not a member of the Supporters Trust, please do it. It means a lot. It makes a difference. There'll be many things. We've got new ownership who, and they've already said they're going to have more discussions with the Supporters Trust. So get your voice heard by joining Supporters Trust.
Oh, what a sight that is said, by the way.
And Jake Gray. I mean, the good news just keeps on coming.
He's
Jake
out
Gray
on that pitch.
is strutting around on that pitch with the other subs. And Matt, dare I say, given the current scoreline, dare I say, if it stays like that or we extend that, then it would be very easy to put a Jake Gray on and give him some game time.
I think you're right. I mean, I've got absolutely no insight into Jules' tactics, but I would be. My best guess is that Jules will be thinking, if this game is dead and buried, so to speak, and we're at 80, 85 minutes, then Jake is on 198 games, I believe.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Oh,
so
is he?
I think he is. Yeah,
well, someone would tell us.
I tell you, I mean, someone will tell us. There's one or two people that. Susanna's here as well.
Susanna's always here.
Always here, always cheering.
She's got a big smile on her face.
Beaver in hand.
Friends and family all walking past, smiling. Everyone's got smiles on their faces.
Everyone's smiling.
Oh, sorry, the Welling fans. Apologies.
One Welling fan.
Well, the Welling fans are walking past, swapping ends.
Everyone's waving to us, and there are. Oh, hang on a minute. This is. Hold on. This is my son here.
We've been.
There's the camera.
There's the camera. Yeah. He said, "Why have we not stopped yet?" We're talking through half time.
We're talking through half time. If you look in there, boys, you can just wave and say hello.
Hello.
This is Henry and Jacob, two
youth players.
So both. So Hampton Richmond the Nines. Henry does training, don't you, Henry? I think. Yeah. You used to. You're going to come back next season, aren't you? On the transfer, on the Bosman. Yeah.
So again, that's another thing coming back on what happened this week. The football club.
We'll just get one and we'll share it.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just got one or two. Sorry, we're just putting in an order for refreshments on the way.
Mine's got a smile on his face.
Martin is smiling like there's no tomorrow.
Martin and Susanna, anyone who's been to the Beverly will recognise them. Susanna's often got
fantastic fans.
Often got a beaver puppet out. I have to be careful the way I say that, and I've probably said it wrong in the past. And people have, been. Then the Beavers does bring its own problems at times, but there's a lot of happy Beavers about today. Honestly, the people are walking past, and there's a real. Beavers. I mean, the Welling fans, but this, Matt, I can't keep saying it enough for those who aren't here. I walked in, it felt slightly different. It feels different now. Of course, football. What happens on the pitch? Football can change and make your emotions, moods. So much better, so much worse, and it's what a lovely, lovely place to be. Because as it stands, right, after a terrible run of 12 defeats in 13, Hampton and Richmond Borough were. I wrote the non-league paper match report last week. We were starting to really nervously look over our shoulders. This was a game that, on paper, was the easiest one of the remaining four. So the pressure was on for Hampton and Richmond Borough, and it has to be said, the players and the management and the staff have responded terrifically. Now, I'll let you into a little secret. I don't know if it's well known. Maybe because I think it might be unsocial, but the team did train on the pitch, the actual pitch here on Thursday night, which they don't normally do. Maybe that made them feel a bit more familiar. Maybe exercise the demons of last week, because it was tough last week. But as it stands, Hampton and Richmond Borough are 10 points clear of 21st position, which, if it stays this way, will mean National League South football for Hampton and Richmond Borough next season. Now,
what an achievement for Jules.
Look at it for the whole season.
Let's have this conversation at full time.
We'll look at it but 43 games in.
And there's a big if. that we carry on and we can see this game out. That is an unbelievable achievement.
Unbelievable.
Right? Given
There's been so much
all that's been going on. Should we do a recap of the scores, half-time scores?
Matt, you do the half-time scores.
Well,
I
I
need
say a
some water.
recap. We've not even gone through them all there. But for those of you that haven't got a phone close to you and are not following the results on FOTMob, here we go. Salisbury 0, Aveley 1. Worthing 2, Chippenham 1. Weston-super-Mare 0, Tunbridge 1. Torquay 1, Slough 0. That's a good result for Torquay, who'll be pushing for at least a playoff place. Maidstone 0, Weymouth 0. Fair play to Weymouth. Tough away game for them at Maidstone, but they're holding their own there. Hampton and Richmond Borough 3, Welling 0, as you guys all know. Chesham 1, Farnborough 1. St Albans 0, Eastbourne Borough 1. Hornchurch 1, Truro 0. Very good result at half-time.
That is a big result as it stands, because that means that Truro, who started the day top of the table, are now third.
They're now
because
really
Eastbourne and Worthing are both winning.
Yeah, so big
all
big
change
result
at the top
there.
at the moment.
We'll see how that game pans out in the second half. Borehamwood 1, Hemel 0. Chelmsford 1, Enfield 0. And Bath 1, Dorking 0. Bath having come off the back of a 5-0 win at Hampton last week, so they've definitely got the momentum behind them. As things currently stand, as Seb said, I mean, let's have a quick look. So you've got Worthing, Eastbourne, Truro, Torquay as your top 4, closely followed.
I mean,
Dorking,
they're big. Big.
Maidstone.
Matt, let's just say one.
Mark, we are. Have you got them?
They must be down here, no?
Yeah, sorry, we've just got.
Matt's lost his glasses.
I've lost my sunglasses.
And knowing Matt, they won't be cheap ones. But
they might be. I mean, they're a nice pair, and I've lost them. Really annoyed. Now, Mark was over here. Mark the media.
He wouldn't have taken them.
I don't know. I mean, let's see.
But what we should say, Matt, let's just have a quick chat about the National League South there. We mentioned those 7 teams in the top 7. Worthing, Eastbourne Borough, Truro City, Torquay United, Dorking Wanderers, Boreham Wood, Maidstone United. Those are big teams. Big teams.
Yeah.
Really strong support.
It's just been
big budgets. You know, Worthing, there's big budgets, and this league is tough. Well, really tough. I mean, Weston-super-Mare in 8th have done brilliantly, and they're still. Well, they're 2 points behind Maidstone, so it's probably between them and Maidstone for the last playoff place.
I think you're right, Seb. And you know, if you look at the beginning of the season, I think I'm right in saying Jules said, Boreham Wood.
Yeah.
If you finish above them, you're gonna be doing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which goes to show how strong teams have been this year. You know, where are they?
And there's only
6th. I mean, you know, that goes to show
there's 6 points difference between 1st and 6th. I mean, there's only 3 games left after today, so 9 points available. But this league is so strong. But at the moment, those of a Beavers persuasion will be very, very happy, because actually, Hampton and Richmond Borough are the only team between 16th and 22nd to be winning 3-0 here today. And, well, it means at the moment, as it stands, mathematically safe.
Those of you, those eagle-eared amongst you, may have cottoned on to the fact that Seb and I have been emphasising the borough in the name. Now, I haven't seen them personally, but I do believe there is some chairman notes in today's programme where it's been confirmed that the borough is back, as it were. But to be honest, it never went, right? We've always been Hampton Richmond Borough. We certainly have been since.
Certainly on the terraces, shall we say?
On the terraces. Sure. But yeah, for those of you who are a bit more traditional and like the full name, you'll be relieved to hear that there is a return, so to speak, to the HRBFC.
HRBFC,
which has a much better ring to it than
it does, and I think
for me,
it does. Yeah, personally,
personal thing.
We've all
don't dislike it either, but
no. Everyone has their own opinion, and let's not forget Hampton's history. It was Hampton, and then became Hampton and Richmond Borough, and all this. So there's. But at the moment, Hampton and Richmond Borough and the HRBFC is back, which I like. Because again, I think, Matt, me and you have we've been coming for a decade, haven't we? So, probably a decade now, certainly a decade now. And it has to be said, the club has gone through. I mean, we've caught this club at its best, really. I mean, Well, certainly
we've
on the
been-
pitch.
we've been spoiled,
playoff
so
semi-final
we've been-
defeat,
we've
which would
been
have taken him
spoiled.
into the National League for the
Yeah.
first time ever.
Yeah.
Couple of great cup runs. Only 4 times they've been in the FA Cup first round. Twice has been since we've been watching them. So, yeah, and last year, not a million. Well, second at the turn of the year. I mean, it's interesting, Matt. Actually, we mustn't forget that last year we had a horrendous second half of the season. Horrendous, really.
You're quite right. Yeah.
And that was with a much bigger and better resources and the like. So.
Yeah. Oh, it was a yeah.
To go from second,
That's
I think
a
we
good
were
point,
second
actually.
at one point,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we went to.
Well, we finished in ninth, didn't we?
We finished ninth and lost 5-0 on the last game of the season or something, didn't
Yeah.
we? But so second half of the year hasn't been great for the Beavers in recent times, and it hasn't been this year, unfortunately, either. But a flourish at the moment is being put on that run.
Morgan's here.
Morgan's here.
Another friendly face.
Another friendly face. Yeah.
Brilliant to see.
Great to see. There's some great
there's been
people.
some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talking about the he's talking about the 5-0 defeat last week. Because that's still quite fresh in people's memories. So
I don't think Morgan's quite realised that we're on air.
Yeah.
But
But that's fine.
He stopped for a long conversation there. We just
Yeah.
just ignore him.
Well, this is it. This is it. You see, this is the wonders of live TV. This is, I mean, live TV, whatever you want to call it. I know.
I've got a question for you.
Whoever's watching or listening, we appreciate it. And actually, we've enjoyed doing it. And do you know what? I don't.
Controversial opinion.
Are the lawyers listening?
Well, no.
No.
This is going to be a bit of a random one. What's your views on substitutes being on the pitch at half-time and not in the changing room? Because on both teams, substitutes are out on the pitch. It's quite clear that they're not getting ready to come on. They've not got their shin pads on. They're not really prepping themselves. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but
yeah, I don't mind it. I've never thought about it before. Actually,
I often look at it and think, if you're doing a team talk, the team talk should be to the whole, not just the team that's on the.
I see what you mean.
I know. Maybe
that's one. Well, you say that, Matt.
Thoughts welcome on.
I'll tell you who isn't in
on
the dressing room either at the moment. Alan Julian. He's sat over the dugout, so the team talk has probably ended. He's probably just left it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to say too much, and sometimes you can say too much, don't you? So I'm sure he's probably gone in there and gone, thank you, lads, for doing everything that we probably have asked of you today. Because at the moment, this is the Hampton and Richmond Borough team that was so prevalent in certainly the first half of the season, into January as well. So he's probably said thank you for listening and taking on board and doing your jobs to the best of your abilities, because there's no player out today has let the team down in any way, shape or form. In fact, quite the opposite.
Yep. Hanworth Villa badge there, Seb.
Hanworth, yeah. Well, they're obviously.
They're away at Leatherhead today. How are they getting on?
Leatherhead. It's a good away day, Leatherhead.
Yeah, it is.
We went to watch Hampton play there in the cup at one point, didn't we? How cold was it?
Moussa Diarra with a last-minute goal to put us. I think was it a Desmond at that point?
I think it was a Desmond. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us, by the way. Someone is Johnny Luter is tuning in. Johnny Luter, who you normally hear on the YouTube channel, is tuning in from Boston Airport.
We are mere custodians of Johnny Luter's seat here, to be
Johnny,
fair,
it's delight. Hopefully you can hear us and you're still listening. But yeah, he said, what a scoreline. Tell me what's happened. Well, I'll tell you what's happened, Johnny. We came out the traps. Faster than the fastest greyhound has ever come out the traps. We went 2-0 up after 8 minutes and just dominated things and scored 2 good goals. Welling came back into it, and we're starting to ask a few questions. We mustn't forget, Matt, at 2-0, the wonderful save from Max Merrick. Wonderful save, one-handed save.
Fantastic save.
One of the best saves I've seen this season.
Yep.
And then Harry Gardner. Oh, my goodness, Harry Gardner, we love you. What a finish that was from Harry Gardner. To make it 3-0. And Hampton and Richmond had a couple of chances, could have been 4. So, Johnny, that's what's happened. And as Ian said, Johnny does all the hard yards and you two step in for the glory. Typical. Guilty, Your Honour, guilty. But yeah, Johnny, it's been an absolute pleasure, and we've got very, very big shoes to fill. I mean, well, I'm saying that I'm size 12. You're definitely not size 12, but we've got big shoes to fill with you. And honestly, you may have missed it earlier on. We commended your excellent and yours and Jackson's and other people's excellent work.
Oh, the media's been first class this season.
It's been great to follow as a fan, and obviously we're more involved. Well, it's great to be involved today, and hopefully this will be a sign of. Yeah, sorry, you might have. Yeah, if you caught any swearing.
Yeah, I don't quite know what's going on.
I think a Welling fan probably telling his players that.
Yeah, maybe telling his players, let's just say to maybe pick things up a little bit.
Put in a shift, I think was the absolute word.
Is that the word?
That was the actual word. But yeah, Johnny, thank you and the guys, and thank you everyone for listening. I mean, I love the fact. I don't care how many people it is, but it's just people listening in, and who if you're in Boston Airport, Disneyland, or wherever down the road because you couldn't make it, or you're at work, I don't care. You can't make today's game, so if one of us or two of us can bring you the news and the feel from the stadium, because we are yards away from the touchline here at Hampton and Richmond. I know this season, Johnny, did he come a cropper? Johnny
has actually just said that his position is under threat. I don't think it is.
It's under. No.
It definitely isn't, Johnny. Trust me.
No.
You guys are. You should. Well,
I can't do this every week.
No. Me and Seb like getting. I think he swore then. Drunk.
Yeah.
Behind the goal.
Well,
let's just say having a good time. But this is. It's a great little spin on things. We really enjoy doing it, and we're very happy to stand in as and when needed. But as Seb said,
well, we must echo the chairman's call this week. Everyone, if you wanted to help out, or you've got skills, you've got whatever.
Very good point.
This club needs you now. We've got stability. We've got some great things happening. Of course we have. But this club, let's get it. Let's get people back in and around and helping out and doing things. Media, marketing, advertising. There's so many things to help with. You wouldn't believe, and little things, simple things, emptying the bins. We got here yesterday and Mark George was emptying the bins.
Yeah, then he tried to shake our hand, didn't
he? Terrible hygiene. But get in touch with Ben, get in touch with the Supporters Trust. Let's get this club working to its absolute maximum and doing the best it can, and whatever that is and however that involves. But anyway,
James Reed, nice polo, Seb.
Oh, it's a lovely. I thought I'd wear it. I thought I'd wear a nice neutral one for the cameras. See, Matt was wearing white, so I thought I would.
Yeah, I did. I thought I'd wear my Beaver colours.
Yeah, but thanks for the messages, guys. And James Reed, another person who invested so much into the football club back in the day during his time. And again, you don't have to do loads, but just come along. And honestly, it's a special place when things are going right and people are happy.
Johnny Luter with the banter again. I can assure you, Johnny, this is alcohol free.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
We are not permitted.
Yeah.
We are live on air.
No, absolutely not. And it's a good alcohol free here. Anyway, the game started at 8 minutes in. We didn't seem to. Did we start late at the first half? But I don't. Anyway, it's 16:09.
Yeah, that is a late start. Just kicked off. So those of you familiar with the Beverly, we are now shooting towards, it used to be called Hammonds, but towards Beaver Lodge.
The Beaver Lodge.
So our more sort of traditional second half.
I prefer Beaver Lodge, mate.
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I like it. I do. But this is definitely, I don't know what it is, but it just feels right. First half, you shoot towards the Keith Hussey stand. Second half, you've got all the fans behind the goal. I mean, the terrace, it's really annoying that we can't show you guys, but the terrace and the Alan Simpson stand is packed.
Oh, Matt, that reminds me. Come on, what are you saying for attendance? We don't know, by the way. We haven't been given
You were 7:30, weren't you?
7:30,
yeah, I mean, you're there or thereabouts.
I think I said 7:31.
I'm going to go 697.
697.
It's around the 700 mark.
A very famous squadron that in World War II. Out of Lincoln, I believe. Anyway, I digress.
Don Revan with the header.
Don Revan and Wiltshire have won everything in the air, haven't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a pretty. Worling have obviously come out the traps, not as strong as Hampton did in the first half, but so far so
Don
good.
Revan in Villa. He was at Villa, wasn't he? Started his career.
He did, yeah. He's a great player, and again another player that. It has to be in the conversation for player of the season, yeah. But I do think Mike Atkinson is the top one. And I don't mean any disservice to any of the other players, by the way. I just think he's been phenomenal every single time he's played. But yeah, Revan, one of the class acts, and captain as well, captain and leading the line. And
we should add, Seb, no changes for either side.
No changes, no. I mean, yes, it must have been a pretty difficult place to be in. I mean, Matt, anyone who knows the Beverly, the changing rooms are very small. I imagine it felt very small for those Welling players sat round on the benches there. And I imagine the laughter and the freedom, but not overconfidence, hopefully, was flowing through the Beavers players because they deserve that after a great start. And Mario Villette, has done.
Mario Luigi.
Mario. Super Mario Villette.
Super Mario.
Hey, at least we got his first name. We didn't do that with Harry Gardner earlier on, did we?
That's very good point.
But no, it's been a really good performance from Hampton, and they will. It's an important 10-15 minutes because goals change games. Another cliche there, but they will. If Welling scored, then there would be. Harry Gardner has run and tracked back brilliantly, but
that's a great ball.
Well, I disagree with that, Matt. I thought it was edge of the box, number 12, shoots high and low. Strong and low, and it drifts past the post. Warning sign. Knock, knock.
Absolutely.
Warning sign has entered the chat.
Yeah, Finn Ballard McBride, I think it was. Was that 21?
No, it was 21 on the 12 on the edge of the box, wasn't it?
Who's
Cornish.
the guy on the left here? He's not. When he turns round, I better tell you who it was, but he did a brilliant run. Yeah. It was number 21. And he's not on there, which must mean that he has come on at half-time. I do apologise for you Welling fans.
Was there a sub? I missed
that.
Yeah,
Dan Martin. It's not been
announced. Lovely touch from James Roberts, right in front of us, and that is lovely to see, isn't it? James Roberts back on the football pitch. Great touch, endeavour, passion, skill. Tell you who's been very good again today. Old Archie Taylor. Again.
Yeah.
Again.
He's been very, very good. I've been super impressed by a lot of the teams today.
He's got great hair, hasn't he, Archie Taylor? I like his hair. That's what I would like. But I mean, I'm not so sure about the Alice band, but beggars can't be choosers. But honestly, it's been 1-11. I did the ratings for the non-league paper last week without realising they don't do the ratings anymore. And there weren't many. Well, pretty much everyone was 5.
Nearly a mistake by the keeper.
There was a couple that was 4, I think. But there's no player under 7 today for Hampton and Richmond Borough. I have to say, every player has stuck to their task, and they will have to continue sticking to their task because it will only take a goal, and momentum is a big thing in football. This is the team desperate and fighting for their lives.
Johnny Luter, 3-0 is dangerous scoreline. I couldn't agree more. If they get a goal, it's going to be squeaky bum time. You'd have to say that.
Squeaky bum time's fine. Yeah.
Too late now.
Bum's all right, isn't it? Nearly. Villette is finding a lot more space in the centre of the park, and it's a corner. He was trying to find Saziba, and it was headed clear by the number 20 for Welling there. First real attack from the Beavers in this second half period, should I say? First half, 3-0 the Beavers. A really, really, really good performance, but there is still time for Welling to make this very interesting and difficult, and hopefully and I mean, as it stands, we're still in the mathematically safe category. And honestly, I think the beers will flow, Matt, if that is the case in the Beaver Lodge. And I think again, it will be a great. But there's still a long. Robert shoots and he nearly scores.
Yes!
But Harry Gardner, is it offside? It's not offside. It's 4-0. It's 4-0. It was a great shot from James Roberts, and the keeper could only palm it out to Harry Gardner, who is everything he touched turns to goals.
Incredible finish. What a shot from
Roberts' shot was something else from the edge of the box. Almost Harry Gardner-esque in the first half, but the ball was palmed out, and I think there was 2 Beavers players, but Harry Gardner headed home into an empty net.
You know what, right? We preempted that. There was not a single defender near either of our strikers.
But nonetheless, but seriously, well done, the Beavers. 4-0.
Fantastic. Really, really good. I'm not going to say those 2 words that begin with a G and an O, because it's not the right thing to do at 4-0. Game.
Oh, no, mate. No. Not the way the football's gone.
Not the way the football's gone.
Not the way the football's gone in recent weeks.
We all know that football is a funny old game.
Harry Gardner.
So we have 2 players on a hat-trick. I got that right. Saziba got them both, didn't he?
No.
Who got the second?
Gardner. Hang on, that's a hat-trick from Gardner.
No.
Giddy. Here we are, we're all giddy. And
FotMob doesn't tell us the second goal scorer.
Yeah, it does Gardner. Gardner's a hat-trick. Sorry, we have completely missed that.
Gardner's got a hat-trick.
Gardner's got a hat-trick.
Blimey.
Sorry.
There you go.
And again, I will clarify, it is alcohol-free. I'm really waiting for that. That's a Gardner hat-trick. We forgot his name.
Harry Gardner a massive
We forgot his bloody name in the first.
We haven't even said he's got a hat-trick.
We have now, yeah. Harry Gardner hat-trick. Harry Gardner hat-trick. Harry Gardner hat-trick. Say it 3 times and it becomes true. Well done, Harry.
Well
honestly,
deserved as well.
Well done indeed. It's 4-0 Hampton and Richmond Borough.
Right, hang on a minute, Seb. Saziba scored 2. Right, okay. So we have conflicting goal scorers here, which is quite unprofessional of us. I do apologise.
We haven't even written them down. We're not used to Hampton scoring.
We have
4.
Saziba 2
What did you?
and Harry Gardner 2.
It's a hat-trick. Gardner scored the second goal, yeah.
This one's wrong.
He returned the pass from the first goal, didn't he?
Yeah, look, he got a Saziba. Right, yeah, we were right. Hat-trick.
Anyway, well, we weren't right. We were wrong, and then we were right.
Then we were wrong, and we were right.
So there you are. The Chuckle Brothers, they called us once back on the commentary. We are back. Hampton and Richmond Borough are back. It's 4-0 the Beavers. That's all that matters. That's all that really matters. Harry Gardner will be taking the match ball home. I mean, that will, we have been taken over, and we have been told there is new investment into the football club, so maybe they won't begrudge him taking a New Balance ball back. Although they get supplied anyway, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He will deserve. Mike Atkinson running the show in midfield again. Shoots. Oh my God. I mean, I have to say, right, we're running out of superlatives for Michael Atkinson. He's got a massive smile on his face because honestly, I think that was one of the worst shots I've seen at Hampton and Richmond Borough in my decade of coming here.
For those of you familiar with
Matt's still laughing.
Where the Supporters Trust shed used to be, I'm pretty sure that the ball has actually hit that area.
I think
it was a spooner. It's probably the easiest way.
It bobbled up badly for him, but
it bobbled badly.
And we have run out of superlatives for Michael Atkinson, our player of the season. But no doubt about it. But honestly,
he's forgiven.
That is one of the most hilarious things. And again, the beauty of football.
Yeah. That was a cracker. Ooh.
Welling on the attack here, but it's well dealt with, as it has been all afternoon by Dom Revan. Are we getting some abuse? It looks like Matt's checking the comments section. We may be getting some abuse. And Harry Gardner, hat-trick hero. Hat-trick hero, Harry Gardner. James Roberts on the right-hand side. He lays him through. James Roberts shoots, and again, I think he should have drilled that across goal, don't you?
Decision, Seb.
Or pass it to Villette, maybe?
Yeah, you've got to.
Hey, he's a man who hasn't played a lot of football in recent times, got giddy, we're 4-0 up.
He knows.
Yeah. He could have carried on going, I think. Don't you?
Yeah.
Because that was quite an audacious attempt, because there was a lot.
Right, he's not played a game in about 6 weeks. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, he's forgiven.
Forgiven. What were the comments saying about us?
We've had a few comments. Dorking have just equalised at Bath, by the way, 1-1. Jules has given Gardner a lot of praise in recent weeks. Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, you're right. He's called him out a couple of times in his post-match interviews, I've noticed. And you know what? If you've got a player that gives 100%, right? I mean,
he's a big stick as well.
It's a manager's dream. Today, he's got 3 goals. He hasn't stopped running. Look at him. He has not stopped running.
One for the rolled down socks club though as well.
Brigade as well. He's been very, very good today. He's had a good link-up play with Villette.
Filling that gap, the number 10-ish role,
he's done well.
But he's been great. And like I said, all players. Yeah, he's probably the the stats would say, but he's man of the match at the moment, and it's quite a strong competition for that. But Welling on the attack here. De Trio slots the ball across, but it's mopped up nicely by Revan, out to Archie Taylor, who again has played well today, and that will be a throw in to Hampton, and it nearly took out the Welling's commentator. But I have to say, what a great performance by Hampton. I mean, honestly, this is pinch yourself. If we could have predicted this? Well, if we could have predicted or desired a scoreline and a performance, Matt, this would have been. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have been able to predict this, to be honest, especially after last week. I'm not saying, and the last week and the last few weeks and months. This is, it's something out of the dark that they've really, all of them have pulled it together.
You know what, right? They've restored some pride. We've had a torrid time the last couple of months, and they've been. Let's be honest, and I think they would all admit this. They've been letting the club and the manager down in various different ways, right? I mean. We've been up against some really, really tough sides. It's always tricky when you're in the middle of the table and the playoffs look a bit far away and relegation seems comfortable and you're sort of in that middle ground. How many times have you seen seasons fizzle out?
Yeah.
And
that would have also been natural, but it has fizzle doesn't quite describe it, does it?
I mean, I don't know how you would describe it, but
it's
there's one of our investors just walking past there.
Is that Scott Forbes? One of the investors
is great to see.
And I actually think the one. So Scott Forbes, the man who's on the website
now, what a tackle by Don Revan! Oh, he's off the line.
Has it gone in? It hasn't gone in. It hit.
I don't quite know what happened.
I don't know how. I mean, when your luck's going against you, Matt, it's really going against you. And we got distracted there with the guy Scott Forbes and I think it's John Garcia. Apologies, I really should know that.
I think it is. It's not Sergio, is it?
No, it's not Sergio. No. Yeah. No, they've just walked past actually, and they must be walking around the Bev. They're walking around a Bev that is a buzz and is positive and happy. And that isn't just because of what's happened on the pitch, it's because of the moves this week to take ownership of the football club. And it's exciting. It's exciting. It gives us stability, and at the moment, stability is what Hampton need. And at the moment, they are 10 points clear of St Albans in 21st place.
I can't believe the referee's not given that.
Welling on the attack, Kamara, who's been their strongest player. And oh my goodness, you would not believe it. The ball, Kamara's crossed the ball to Redfern. It has hit both posts and stayed out. Now, the Welling fans behind the goal are incandescent and they're absolutely furious.
Right, hold
because
on.
Matt, I'll be honest, I thought that looked in.
It wasn't, Seb.
It wasn't.
That ball went in the goal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it did. Now, we don't have VAR in the National League South. Let's be honest, I mean, you've got their fans are fuming. Just going back to the bit of passenger play beforehand, that's a terrible decision from the referee. 2-footed tackle on the side there. Yeah. All the players stopped thinking the referee was going to blow. And the ref, he's complaining. What's he complaining at? It was his player.
What's happened there, though? They've gone for goal, and honestly, it's Redfern, I think it was, wasn't it? It has hit both posts.
Both posts,
honestly.
But it bounced off. It hit the one post, bounced off towards the top corner of the second post.
It's honestly, if it looked like it went in, I have to say, and it's only confirmation that when your luck is out, because Welling have hit they've hit the post twice, or both posts twice in 5 minutes. And you have to say, when mate, I feel really sorry for them. I feel, of course I don't want them to.
No, but let's look. It looked from where I'm sat here, from where we're sat here, that looked like
it was miles over, mate. I'll be honest.
But let's,
I mean, the referee is over there. I mean, I'd be.
Dorking 2-1 up at Bath.
I'd be surprised.
Truro just equalised.
Truro, are they
that I think puts them. That must put them second. I think I'm right in saying here.
4-0 to the Beavers. It's been a great day at the Bev so far. It's been a real positive day on and off the pitch. But Welling have been very close in recent moments. Inexplicably close. I don't think I've seen a team hit both posts in such a short space of time. It's incredible.
What an enjoyable game.
It has been an enjoyable game. The Welling fans will agree with you.
Mark Smith on the chat. Jules must have had a good chat with the lads after last week. I think that's. I mean,
and then they trained here on Thursday night. I think we mustn't forget that. And I think to go back out on the pitch and just exercise demons and enjoy yourself. And
thing is, Mark, I mean, oh, hang on, I will answer that in a second. But
Welling, Kamara, who's been their best player, hasn't he?
He's done really well. He's done really
interesting. Very good winger, actually.
Yeah,
probably.
He's good. He's good. But no, I mean, clearly Seb and I weren't present, but there must have been a really good talking to after the Bath game, and there's some pride that has been restored today.
Jake Gray strutting down the touchline.
Jake Gray strutting down the touchline.
Warming up, pondering, I would say. Not quite jogging, but that's another. Again, if that would be the cherry on a very nice cake.
Yep, 198 appearances.
That would be the cherry on a very nice beaver cake.
That's what she said.
Anyway, Welling
Max
shoot for
Merritt
score.
with a good save.
No. Honestly, it's been a pleasure, this, and a privilege, and we've got 25 minutes
25
left.
minutes to go,
Yeah. And Hampton will be looking, and then Jules maybe
more than that, 62. So yeah, 28 to go.
28 to go. Archie Taylor, who's been great today, as he has been most of the season, to be fair, finds Harry Gardner looking for goal number 4. Has a shot, just drags it. It's a not bad effort, actually, is it?
How many times have we been here when we've been saying shoot?
Yeah.
You know what? And over recent weeks, shots have been few and far between. And today we've littered their goal with efforts, which is great to see.
It really is a new era for the Beavers, and it's 4-0. Next week, Dorking, obviously, and I think this was the game, as you said beforehand, Matt, this was the game on paper that we had to win. And I hate to put pressure on them, and of course, I'm sure the players, but we had to win this.
You know what,
and at the moment, we are winning it in style.
And the performance didn't really matter today, to be honest.
No,
this was a win-at-all-cost game. A scrappy 1-0 would have been fine. It doesn't matter. As it turns out, we've really, we've shown what we're capable of today.
Yeah. And it would be an epic collapse. And
Dom Revan's been a Rolls Royce.
It seems strange just when you're 4-0 up to say how well the defence have played, but they have. And Dom Revan's picked everything up, and then you got Atkinson picking it up in midfield. Josh Keir's been a bit quieter in the second half, but he played very well first half. Roberts finds Vallette, and is this going to be 5-0 Beavers? It's not, but oh my goodness, it's not. The ball was palmed out towards Archie Taylor, who had an open goal, and he has shanked it.
He's had a Western.
He's had a Western Supermare there. That should have been 5-0 for the Beavers.
God. He knows it. He knows it.
And he would have deserved it. He's got a smile on his face. We can be a little bit more.
He's smiling. But
delicious ball to Vallette, who was through on goal. His effort was saved from the keeper, but palmed out towards Harry Gardner. I thought Harry Gardner was going to get his 4th, but Archie Taylor was slightly in front of him, and he skewed it. He skew-whiffed it. An open goal. A goal was gaping, and it should have been 5-0 to the Beavers. Michael Atkinson has just done one of the best tackles I've seen. Well, the second best tackle, because he did a brilliant one in the first half, but old school. And Roberts is on the attack now. This will be a wonderful and they got a corner.
I don't think he's injured.
No, he's not injured.
You can tell. Look.
Oh, if he is injured, well, it was honestly the cleanest.
He's got the ball.
Matt, you don't see tackles like that as much anymore because people get worried about being blown up. Honestly,
was David Batty.
What minute are we on? We have to mark this up. That should be a tweet on its own on the update.
That was incredible.
Honestly, it was
65th minute. He looks rattled, the guy, but he's.
Honestly, it was as textbook a tackle, and unfortunately,
I think he's hurt himself.
He may have hurt himself in the proceedings, but. Honestly, Matt, we've seen a lot of good things today, but that was up there. That was
it was a cruncher.
As tackles go, I mean, the Welling players are still talking to the referee about how far over the line they thought the ball was for that chance, and
Torquay 2 up at Slough now.
I feel for them in that instance, whether that would have changed the game too much, but of course, they would have much rather been 4-1 down rather than 4-0 down, but. Yeah, to hit both posts in such a short space of time. But at the moment, we are looking at the National League South table, and Worthing are top 4-1 at the moment.
They're winning 4-1, are they?
At home to... No, they're away, aren't they? Sorry. Away to Chippenham. Oh, no, they're home to Chippenham. They're winning 4-1. So Worthing are top on 83 points. Dorking, who Hampton and Richmond Borough play next Friday, Good Friday. If you go in, enjoy it. Dorking's a good trip.
Great day.
I haven't ruled it out, I would say that, but I've got a bit of travelling this week. So, Dorking are second, they're winning 2-1. Truro are drawing 1-1, they're on the 81 points, as well as Eastbourne Borough, who are winning 1-0, who are on 81 points as well. There is 3 points between first and fifth in the National League South, which is pretty impressive. So it's going to be a great end to the season there. At the bottom, at the moment, St Albans are on 41 points on 24th. Averley and Weymouth, they're already down. Welling at the moment are 7 points behind Safety, and at the moment there's only 9 left. So this game could, if Salisbury turn that around and get a win, then Welling would be relegated today as well. But St Albans and Salisbury, it's between those two at the moment. You would think maybe Enfield Town, but I tell you one team it won't involve at the moment if things stay as they are. It would be Hampton and Richmond, who are on 51 points, 10 points clear with only 9 points left after today. As it stands, we are mathematically safe, and if you'd have offered us that at the start of the season, Matt, we would have snapped each other's hands off.
That's what we keep saying.
Honestly,
it's
let's not forget that. We mustn't forget that.
Two halves, but you look at this and
substitutions for Welling.
You know
here.
what? Where we are in the table is we're not near the top. We all know that, but we've won 14 games, right? That's decent. That's decent return, and
well, we've won as many games as Bath City, Chelmsford, Hornchurch, right?
Yeah.
Those teams have got bigger budgets than us and bigger support and stuff like that. And
absolutely.
This isn't a sob story. This isn't we're not. But you have to football increasing. Look at the top 7. Pretty much all of them are full-time and or hybrid. And nearly a goal there for Hampton by Jerry Wiltshire. And it's in. Oh! No! Deflected wide. Still in play there. Hampton nearly scored a 5th. The ball's coming very near us, but you look at the teams in the top 7, Matt. They are big teams for this level.
They are.
I mean, they could all hold their own in the national.
Yeah, and they're all winning. The top 6 are winning.
Oh God, all the top 6 are winning. Maidstone are the only team not winning, but the team behind them, Western-super-Mare, are having a Western, losing 1-0.
One of our favourites.
Yeah. Michael Atkinson is coming off. He may have hurt himself a little bit, but honestly, well done. I'm going to applaud him again because honestly. And who's coming on?
Is that Jake Gray?
It's Jake Gray. Appearance 199, Matt?
199, we believe.
We believe. We will be corrected by, but Jake Gray is back on the pitch.
Anybody who has got access to statistics that's listening in, if we've got that wrong, please put it in the comments. We believe it's 199.
I would argue. I think if you play that many games for a club of this size at this level, I would argue that puts you in almost legendary status. I have to say,
no question.
And we've missed him. We've missed him massively in the last few weeks.
For what, five seasons?
Yeah. Well, I think, Matt, we might have been doing the commentary when we started doing the commentary when he was on loan.
Yeah. I think you're right.
For the first time around, but honestly, great to see him on the football pitch, and that is a lovely. And he's nearly a slightly heavy touch, but his first touch of football in a long time. I know his dad's here today. He told me not to swear, and I think I've managed that. I don't think I've sworn yet. Said bloody. I think that's.
Josh Keir, what a ball that is.
Josh Keir, but it's the ball swing and it goes in. It's quite, Saziba's been hasn't had much of the ball this game, but tell you what, he's stuck to his task well, and he had a really strong first half, didn't he? But I was talking about Jake Gray there. Yeah, pleasure to see him back on the pitch. I think I spoke to him not that long ago where he was worried he might not be able to play again this season, and so but it is a great
look at Harry running back there, Seb.
I know he's done excellent. That's a great play from the substitute there.
So our number 24, Harry, let's call him Harry, has just run 60 yards. From the top of the pitch to the bottom of the pitch to help his defence out. I mean, the guy's an absolute.
Welling have got a corner,
machine.
by the way. It was good defending. It wasn't Harry that did the final touch, but honestly, it's been a lovely day at the Bev. Matt,
we've got another injury down there. So is that
Saziba? Yeah, Saziba. We've
Avely had 2-0 up at Salisbury.
Oh, that's difficult. That's already relegated at Salisbury.
Yeah, that will pull Salisbury.
Salisbury are being pulled into the mixer. And that will give St Albans hope, who are also losing today. They don't play each other or anything mad like that, do they? That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I mean, well, not amazing if you're a fan of either of those teams. See, St Albans have got to play Enfield away, which is a huge game next week. And they've got to play Hemel Hempstead at home and then away at Truro, which Truro will be, as it keeps on going, might be playing for the title that day. So,
well, Salisbury they're away to Weymouth.
Yeah.
Who are down there?
Already
then
relegated.
They're at home to Eastbourne. Then they're away to Welling. Last game of the season.
I mean, they would have probably played 3 teams that would have been in the relegation zone or relegated. So really, they've got no excuse, have they, to not stay up? Really?
No.
But again, me and Matt mentioned earlier on, a great time at Salisbury. Great pubs as well. Great pubs, great place.
Very
jump on the train.
Pubs.
But I would love to go back there next season if possible. But It's a bit of a stoppage in play here. Saziba looks like he's coming off, and it looks like Jonathan Page is coming on for the Beavers. But yeah, I'm sat here now looking at Jake Gray playing for the Beavers. He's back with the number 10 Gray on the back. Honestly, been an amazing servant for the football club.
Fantastic.
Never gives anything other than 100%, and and also a very good player and scored some great goals and assisted. But
he's such a nice guy, Jake.
Oh, he's a lovely fella. He's not. Oh God, there was a corner there that looked like it was going to drop in under Max Merritt's post and in, but the referees had judged that was already out.
Jake,
do you think that was the case, Matt?
It looked like it.
Okay,
it was one of those sort of.
Or is that linesman having an absolute stinker?
I mean,
again?
He might be having a Reggie, to be fair, but.
For those who don't know, that is alluding to Reggie Blinker stinker. Reggie Blinker was a Sheffield Wednesday Celtic great player. Ian would recognise Reggie Blinker.
Having a little Reggie. I mean, he was a good player.
He was a good player, yeah. Max Merrick, that's a lovely goal kick straight to the feet of Maro Villette, and that's surely a foul, but the referee says no. Not done too bad. I don't think he's had to do too much, has he, the referee? Josh Keir, lovely. Oh, nearly a good idea. Nearly slotted Villette through there, James Roberts. Rovan header. But I tell you what, Matt, Revan, Roberts, Atkinson, Villette, the big players have stepped up today, haven't they?
They're the players. You've named them all there, Seb. They're the players that Jules will be looking at to step up and take the leadership. And credit where credit's due. This is a long time coming for. Jake Gray. What a tackle by Jake Gray. He's passed. If this goes in, it is.
Maro Villette makes it 5-0. Jake Gray, take a bow, son. You've got what they call it, not a pre-assist, but Jake Gray has won the ball in midfield and has set Jonathan Page on the run. Jonathan Page has a shot, very similar to the last goal. The keeper can only palm it out, and this time Maro Villette slots home. Now, Matt, what a turnaround. I mean, a swing, if you're taking it a bit like golf. We conceded 5 goals, lost 5-0 last week.
Now we're winning 5-0.
5-0. Dreamland.
What on earth is going on?
Well done, Beavers, and what a lovely thing to see Jake Gray on the ball there. It's a great tackle. Great tackle. And then setting Hampton and Richmond on their way, and it is 5-0 to the Beavers. And you have to say, Matt, unless something dramatic happens, unless St Albans get a point in their game, or equalise in their game at home to Eastbourne Borough, and they are down to 10 men, so their task is even harder, then Hampton and Richmond Borough will be mathematically safe from relegation, as we started to get a little bit worried after a pretty torrid run. And that, we have to remember, could be will be an incredible achievement and a real flourish to what has been a difficult period for the Beavers. But on and off the pitch, this could be a monumental week for the Beavers, Matt, or is a monumental week for the Beavers. It is. It has to be. Losing 5-0 at home on one game, new owners come in, promising stability and investment, and then winning 5-0 at home. That is a turnaround of epic proportions. So I won't lie, Matt, I walked out of this ground last week worried for the state of the football club, because the performances, they
were just.
And there is a chant on the terraces. We've got our Hampton back, I think, is the chant on the terraces.
We want 6, we want 7 on the chat.
We want 6 or 7. Welling on the attack here, and it's a great save from Max Merrick there. Palms it out, but Josh Keir picks it up lovely, who's had a great game. Matt, honestly,
he's been
top best 3 players today. I think he's miles offside, surely. Maro Villette was offside there, and the referee was linesman, ran right past us and put his flag up. But
I think
5-0.
I think Josh Keir's been excellent. I think Don Revan's been excellent. I think
Gardner's
been excellent.
And all the other ones have been great as well, by the way. But I think Gardner he's taken the match ball home. He should be man of the match. And again, you mentioned the defensive work and the resilience.
He's been brilliant.
Looks like Johnny Critchlow's going to come on for the Beavers, and
he'll probably come on for Roberts, to my best guess. Robbo looks like he's blowing
first game
in
a while for Roberts, and it was a delight to see him on the team sheet. And I'm sure it will be whatever has occurred or whatever
Villette's
the reason.
Well up top this second half.
Yeah, he's through on goal. Is he going to make it 6? He takes it past the keeper, and it's well cleared just off the line by the Welling defender, and it was very nearly 6. Honestly.
Wow. I mean, Welling look like they're just beaten. They are.
This looks like a team, unfortunately, that's heading and are going to fall through the trapdoor. Unfortunately, I like Welling away. It's quite close for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good away day.
It's a good away day.
There's a really nice pub in Welling, isn't there?
There is that. Well, it's like one
microbrewery place.
Yeah, it's like someone's front room, isn't it? But unfortunately, as it stands, it very much looks like Welling. Well, they will have to have a dramatic turnaround because they'll be 7 points adrift with 9 points available with 3 games left. Matt.
He's just booked Archie Taylor for time wasting, Seb, on a corner.
That is.
I mean, as if you're a time waster at 5-0. I mean, come on. It's all a bit confusing. He sent him off.
I have no reason here. And there is bewilderment, absolute bewilderment here that Archie Taylor has just been given a red card. And honestly, unless he said something, I cannot tell you.
I think that's what's happened.
It has to have been that.
He's booked him for time wasting, and then he's obviously given him some dissent.
And now we said earlier on it was been an easy game to ref, 5-0 and stuff like that. But that is, bewildered. Archie Taylor is bewildered. Jake Gray's bewildered. Everyone is bewildered there with a red card. It's just one of the Matt. Whatever was said there, right? Unless it was.
I mean, sometimes let's not be. No, sometimes referees. I mean,
I've done nothing all game, so I'm going to have to do something. I'd love to know what the reasoning behind was for, but I tell you what, Archie Taylor has been brilliant, has been inexplicably sent off. Reasons will become clear later, and we shall see. I don't know. He might turn around and say, I said some bad things and I shouldn't have done it, whatever. I don't know. But at the moment, there's an air of bewilderment amidst the positivity, satisfaction, excitement, happiness. But Hampton are on the attack still. I mean, it was a corner for Hampton, you know. Yeah. So I don't understand whether he got booked for time wasting, which is an inexcusable, really, for the referee to do that when we're 5-0 up. I mean, it's just nonsense. Not wasting time. We're on the attack, if nothing else, are we?
Exactly.
Jesus. So, and then he said something, and then, I don't know. We don't know. Let's worry about that, and all will become clear. I'm sure Jules will have an opinion on it one way or another. And there's big discussions going on with the fourth official between Donovan Chislett, a brilliant assistant manager and coach for Hampton and Richmond. And again, let's not forget the people behind the scenes, the physios, the masseuse. So Luke Ruddick, a legend in these parts, a legend.
Love Luke Ruddick.
And Donovan Chislett has done brilliant work at training.
There's so many good people at this club.
Honestly, and there's a lot to build on. The new owners have got a lot to build on, and we've all got a part to play, Matt, again. Haven't we? Join the trust.
Yeah.
Send an email to Ben if you're good at something. You're working in a field or whatever. Not in a field, I mean working in a field, and you're an expert in your field or you're good at something. This club needs your help, and it deserves your help, and you'll know that it will go to a good place, all right? So sign up. Join the trust as well, because they're going to have a say in things. And we've realised now that that's more important than ever. So please join the trust. But, Matt, we are approaching, the last 10 minutes or so? Probably a bit more, less
we are, so that red card, unfortunately, was, literally 80 minutes.
So
10 to go.
Matt, I mean, if I was rushing here, the trains were... Southwestern Railway were a disgrace again. Matt, we won't get on there.
We won't go there.
We won't go on that. And I got here literally 2 minutes before. If you'd have said to me that Hampton and Richmond Borough would win this game 5-0, I would have probably laughed in your face, Matt.
Well,
and
that was a very heavy landing.
Not because,
there.
Exactly. Not because I don't think there's potential, but I was hoping we'd win. And I thought we would win. But this has been dominant pretty much from start to finish. And Alan Julian, Donovan Chislett, Luke Ruddick, the rest of the staff, on and off the pitch, and the players, well done. Well done, because it's not been easy. It's not been easy. It's really not been easy. And this time last week, it was a very different feeling around the Bev. And the fans were singing it earlier on, we've got our Hampton back.
James Roberts off, Seb, for Gianni.
Again, James Roberts on the pitch. Again. Well done, Robbo. Well done, Robbo. We've missed you, and we've missed Jake. We've missed we've missed that. And Dom Revin still organising the team as captain, still telling players where to go, even at 5-0 up. But we are minutes away from Hampton and Richmond Borough securing National League South football for next season. After, game 40, this will be the 43rd, this is the 43rd game, isn't it? 43rd game.
Yeah.
A scenario and a situation that we would have all snapped your hands off if offered when we found out that, last summer.
Not see Critchlow back in a Beavers shirt.
Yeah. He only left because he was injured.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to. And
he's got pedigree. I mean, he was at QPR.
He was a good player, and he was in team of the season a couple of seasons
ago. Yeah, he was.
That's
superb.
For Let's played well, hasn't he? He's got the bit between his teeth. A lot of I know it's easy to say that when you're 5-0 up, but it is. But to be cocky or overconfident, just do it. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick for the Beavers, and you have to feel for the Welling supporters who, unfortunately, Matt, I don't think it's going to get any easier. In fact, next week they could go down, couldn't they? They are 7 points adrift at the moment as it stands, unless St Albans perform a miracle, which then would also make Hampton not mathematically safe, but virtually safe. But
those of you listening in, there is a Twitter poll for Man of the Match. I'm going to cast my vote right now.
Harry Gardner, Saziba, Roberts and Atkinson.
Josh Keir. Where's Josh Keir?
Where's Josh Keir in the mix there? Who knows? Who knows?
What's going on? This goes to show the quality of the performances today. But there you go. Who are we to say?
Oh,
but
to be fair,
all four of them
are
games.
Justified being in that placement.
Well,
but I think you'd have to give it to Harry Gardner, Matt, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, I've just clicked on it. He's had 100% of the votes.
He's had 100% of the votes. So,
and there's been 8 so far.
8, yeah.
There you go.
So there you are. I mean, he's been fantastic. Villette's not going to win that, but it has been, Matt, a wondrous day at Beverley Stadium, hasn't it? Hampton and Richmond Borough are back.
Yeah, it is everything you could have hoped for today.
There will be some beers in the Beavers Lodge, Beaver Lodge.
Yeah, there will be some beers.
If the new owners have got any sense, they would now announce on the tannoy free beers for everyone after the game.
Wow.
And that's probably why they're businessmen and we're not. When I say that, any sense, I mean it is completely joking. I'm not expecting them to do that, but they must be walking around this stadium and looking at this stadium being very happy with. And again,
survival so important.
Survival was huge. And
you asked Jules at the beginning of the season, "What's your main aim?"
Jules is a passionate man and always wants to win. But he knew. Ben Hudson made no secret that we were a small fish in a big pond. And Josh Keir there, unfortunately, he's just kicked him on the head.
Yeah.
I don't think it was intentional. Apologies to number 22, but frustrating afternoon, real frustrating even for Welling. Afternoon for Welling. And it's interest, and unfortunately you're not fit to wear the shirt rings out from the Welling fans, and it's difficult times for them, and it's difficult. It's difficult for them, and it's difficult for the players. It's difficult for everyone. No one means to play badly. No one means to do this. But yes, Welling are in real trouble now after today's performance. But Matt, if there's any solace I can say. Any solace for Welling is we lost 5-0 last week, and I thought the world was. Well, admittedly their situation is bleaker than ours, but
you know what?
You never know. Football's a stupid and a ridiculous game.
It is, and 5-0.
Stupidly good.
We've been good today, right? I mean, I do think credit to Welling. They've not rolled over in this game. 5-0 is a big scoreline, right? But they've had their chances.
They've had their chances.
You know what? They've not rolled over. We deserve to win this game. There is no question about that at all.
They've got a very difficult fixture next, though. Home to Maidstone, away to Chelmsford. Yeah. And if they're still in the mix, though, they'll be playing Salisbury at home. And now, if for whatever reason they perform magic in the next 2 games, then that could really be a relegation decider almost as it stands. But it's probably unlikely the way that things are going and the direction of travel at the moment. Looks like Welling will be getting relegated, but let's focus on the positive and let's focus on Hampton and Richmond, because Welling have got their own very good radio service. It is, Matt. It's been the only bad thing that's happened is Archie Taylor getting sent off. Now, if it was 2 yellows, he'll only miss 1 game, but. We'll see what happens.
It was definitely 2 yellows.
It will come out.
He got the yellow first. It's a shame. But Yeah, it's a small blemish on what has been a fantastic
a
day.
very small blemish. A very small blemish.
Josh Keir down with cramp.
On a fantastic day for Hampton and Richmond Borough Football Club. Alan Julian will walk at the moment. I'm just checking the St Albans score, because unless they've done before miracles with Eastbourne Borough, they're still losing 1-0. So at the moment, as it stands and as it has stood for the majority of this game, Hampton and Richmond Borough are securing National League South football for next season. And after the news of this this week, that is amazing and brilliant and great and so many of those similar words. Alan Julian, though, still telling and still instructing his players, we're 5-0 up, but let's not concede, let's keep that clean sheet. And they would deserve to keep the clean sheet, and it's a big thing. Max Merrick has done brilliantly, and he had a hiccup last week, and he's claimed that with such aplomb.
Brilliant.
Hasn't he?
I mean, he's only 20 years old.
I know, yeah. He's a great keeper. We've been so lucky this year with Max and Ted Kurd, who lives round the corner.
He does.
You know, it was lovely to see someone who had, used to come, and him and his brother used to come and stand on the terraces here.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, Max Merrick has fit in seamlessly. A slight error last week, but hey, we lost 5-0, and it wasn't an ideal start, and a lot of errors.
When you're a keeper, you make an error. It's
but a rare error. And
right?
Again, let's not forget, Matt, at 2-0, that lovely, wonderful one-handed save from a really good effort from Welling, from their star man Kamara. Welling go for goal, but they have just scored. He's offside. I mean, that is not going to endear. That is not going to endear the linesman any further.
He was well off.
He was off by the looks of it. But yeah, it was nearly 5-1. Simple tap-in. A substitution for Hampton and Richmond. Jallo's going to come on for Josh Keir, who has been brilliant today.
Yeah, Josh has been brilliant.
He's in my top 3 of players for today, I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised not to see him on the poll, but yeah, he's been fantastic.
Football is full of opinions, isn't it, Matt?
It is.
Opinions are like squeaky bum holes. Everyone's got one.
Here comes Jallo.
Let me just have a quick look.
That's what you call a heavily strapped knee.
Oh, Christ.
Blimey.
Do you remember the old Tubi grips back in the day, Matt? Oh, they used to be massive, didn't they?
Yeah.
Top of the table, Truro are back at top of the table. They're 3-1 winners. Worthing are 4-1 winners. Dorking 2-1. The top 6 have all won. There is no let up in the race for promotion. Critchlow shoots.
Oh.
How many?
Was that 4?
4.
4 minutes.
4 minutes additional time. Well, Matt, I think we can look forward to that alcoholic drink or any whatever anyone likes, a coffee or tea or whatever Beavers fans can raise a glass one way or another, whatever's in it, to the fact that Hampton and Richmond Borough will be playing National League South football next season. I'm ecstatic. I'm made up for Alan Julian, Donovan Chislett,
Luke Ruddock,
the rest of the staff, Ben Hudson,
Jack Labar.
I'm made up for them. I'm made up for the supporters as well, who've had to suffer this season for many different reasons, but let's enjoy the positive, grasp it.
Oh, he's done well there.
Jallo's done very well. Are we going to get a 6th?
Is he going
to go for goal? Why not?
Oh, I mean, it's a yellow card every day of the week.
All day long.
Number
6 is like, no, I'll just pull you down.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Can't blame him, can you, Matt? But Jallo did really well there.
Jallo did well. He was on his own. Good turn of pace. Couple of minutes left of this game.
Thank you very much for joining us. Even if it was, I would have just done it if it was just Ian in Disneyland or Johnny in Boston or wherever and however you've watched or listened to this. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Thank you, and keep supporting the club. Join the trust. Offer your services up. Help this club out, because there will be things, and there'll be everything from paintbrushes and pots of paint, and we're going to make, the summer's going to be a big summer for the club. So
we're bringing the jet wash down.
We're bringing the jet wash. Me and Matt have already said we're going to bring the jet wash down, and great. It's great to see. Must say a mention to the supporters behind the goal who have
fantastic.
And
it's packed behind there.
And they're making an effort.
They're banging the.
The place has been quiet for different reasons in recent times. Not today. Oh, a free kick from Williams that went straight to the keeper there. Not quite enough bend up. I mean, I don't want to judge things on the whole standard that Declan Rice set, which is most impossible high standard. But
wasn't it?
yeah, no, not really any bend and not really any power, was there really, that one? But Hampton and Richmond Borough 5, Welling 0. I am ecstatic to be saying that after last week, because last week it was Hampton and Richmond Borough 0, Bath City 5. And it's a turnaround of epic proportions. Credit is due to the staff and players and Alan Julian. And I know, knowing Jules as I do, and knowing what he's been through, he will love this. He's going to be a happy man, isn't he? He is going to be a very happy man, and he deserves that. There's a lot of good people in football, and Jules is one of them. Absolutely. And sometimes things don't always work out the way you want to, but then they do. Well done, Jules. Well done, mate.
Brilliant comms, lads, and what a result. We're back. Ian McKinnon. Yes, we are, Ian McKinnon. And it goes
well done. Yeah, Ian, a very important member of the Supporters Trust on the board. And again, he will tell you, and he will tell, and we will tell you, join the trust. There's going to be a meeting. I know Hudson made some talk about a meeting with the supporters soon, and the Supporters Trust. So, you know, a new era of openness and honesty and
Susanna
the like.
McConaughey, very happy Beavers supporting happy Beavers supporting family heading back from holiday to Hampton Hill. Thanks so much for the comms.
Lovely.
Here we go.
That's it. The Beavers, Hampton and Richmond Borough are safe. They are safe from the edge of the playoffs to looking over their shoulder nervously after a torrid run. They are safe. 5-0 winners at home to Welling, and I'm just double checking because St Albans, they are safe. Well done, everyone involved in Hampton and Richmond Borough.
Did they lose today?
St Albans are still losing, so
mathematically
safe. 5-0 Beavers, a brilliant performance from, and we will apologise forever for forgetting your first name, Harry.
Yep.
Harry Gardner, man of the match, hat-trick hero. Brilliant performances from the likes of Villette, Revan,
Saziba,
we could go through the whole team.
It was fantastic.
Jake Gray
Jake
back
Gray
on the pitch.
James
Roberts back on the pitch. This
really
felt like Hampton had got. Well, this felt like the Hampton that we knew was there.
This was the Hampton that we saw in the first half of the season.
First half, up until a couple of months ago.
Up until a couple of months ago.
And however that's happened and however it's transpired, it does mean that Hampton are safe from relegation now. They are playing National League South football next season. Commiserations to Welling and their supporters, who it's going to be a very tough battle now for them to be playing Hampton and Richmond Borough and other National League South teams next season. But we have to forget the last few games, forget the last few weeks. Remember, be proud that this football club has had a great positive week.
Absolutely.
Great positive week.
Absolutely.
Up until this point, and it felt like a different place walking in today.
Yeah.
And now it's even better because Hampton and Richmond Borough have won 5-0. Matt, thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Seb.
The Beavers are back, and the players are getting the just acclaim from the supporters because it was a brilliant performance all round. A well deserved applause for the players. Well, that's a brilliant performance, Matt.
Oh, it was
just everything about it. Well, it was. I don't know what else I can say.
We need to get Jules over it.
It is wonderful to see. Harry Gardner carrying the match ball. Apologies for forgetting your name and forgetting you scored bloody 3 goals, Harry. Well done, sir.
Alan Julian's Red and Blue Army.
Alan Julian's Red and Blue Army. National League South football next season.
Well done, Max.
Max Merrick, brilliant one-handed save in the first half. Superb one-handed save. It really is a great place to be today. It has been a great, and look at that, Matt. The fans are stood up on the Station Road, rings out round the ground.
Road to the place we call home. Look at the stand set behind the goal.
Brilliant. It is home today. I can see Jack LeBar. I can see Scott Forbes. I can see Ben Hudson. I can see people with smiles on their faces. Happiness. The good times are back at the Beavers. The good times are back. It's been a while. That's why we're enjoying it even more.
Alec Barry, stood on the back.
It is
loud and proud, arms in the air. Look at that.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Absolutely brilliant to see.
We are going to have to go to and have a drink.
We are
well
going to go
done.
for a beer.
Well done, and thank you, Diego, by the way.
Diego, here he is.
Brilliant.
The main man, Diego.
Thank you, Diego. He helped us out with all the updates and stuff. But Matt, we're going to leave you with Hampton and Richmond Borough safe, playing National League South football next season. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for listening. And come on, you Beavers!